Perfect. The loading screen wasn't up. Well, here we are. This is when I would normally change the scene. We'll edit it in post. Just kidding, I almost never edit things. Welcome. We are playing Genesis RPG in the Embers of the Imperium universe. And, yeah. Last time we got back to our base and did some neat exchanges with a Titan in a debris field, and then encountered the Nomad, the strange and enigmatic ruler of a planet, ring planet called Arcturus. Anywho, we're back in base. We're going to do some downtime stuff today, and hopefully a few character vignettes. And let's see what our allies are up to.
Jacket and her pants over it.
Big jacked or big pants?
Big
Both.
Jack,
Both great.
definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're live.
Yeah.
Also, so do you guys remember what happened last time? Anybody?
Uppies went bad.
Uppies went bad.
Loathing. Unadulterated loathing.
That's true. Krav, why don't you regale us from your point of view?
No. So we basically ended up coming back to the station after we transmitted the encrypted data. Hopefully, it'll be picked up by my undisclosed brother. And then we probably made our way back, and then we discovered that the Nomad, in his teal Hatsune Miku colored spaceship, was docked at our secret space station, and basically said that Gaslight will no longer be a problem because they've been their little mining fleet has been decimated or demolished. I'm sure there are no survivors.
Yep, probably.
Yep, and then so he Doctor Doomed his way into our meeting room, which our meeting center is not established, so it's more like the dorms that we met.
Yeah.
Well,
more in the
The biosphere.
You went into the biosphere.
Yes, biosphere. And he basically quote unquote offered to take our cargo at a price, very ripped off price. According to Thraz's
Estimations, yeah.
Yeah, but he did pray to not alter the deal any further, and the deal was not altered any further.
Well, it was altered. I increased the payout by 50%.
And he basically issued an order to investigate one of the planets that got that's minting a new currency. I forget the destination of that planet.
Primor is your new
Primor.
mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing a new currency that's disrupting, funded by the Hakan and what else?
The Letnev.
Okay, Hakan and the Letnev joint.
Joint partnership between the Space Drow and the Space Cats.
Yep. And then he recommended that we also go to what's the other planet that
Torkin, where you were headed to already, so you're not sure how he knew that.
Yep. Torkin to basically hopefully get some infiltration gear because the Primor is currently under Ion Storm, and that'll be the best opportunity to make it through, and we ought to do things covertly in there.
And it's also well guarded.
Yes, very well guarded because it's one of the
Money.
Letnev's primary interests right now. And it's money.
The minefield of destroyed ships that was also for last session too, right?
It sure was.
Because I feel like that's also an important part about information gathered about the red herring that we got from Krav's brother to go and do research and figure out what happened, and we figured out that it was
It was the mind net.
Thank
The
you,
mind
yeah.
net essentially set up the Mentak as
Yes.
a red herring for the destruction of this fleet.
Yes, as if we
Mind
didn't...
net had-
Sorry, as if we didn't mess up the word Mentak and MindNet enough.
Yeah, there was a Mentak agent, there was a MindNet agent inside the Mentak who flipped sides in a conflict between the Mentak and the Letnev and made sure everything got blown up. to try and incite. My understanding was to incite tensions between the Letnev and the Mentak in order to weaken them and make them more vulnerable for the Mindnet to take over.
That's the idea, they hope.
Yeah.
And we were promised, or some of us promised, to give that information to the sides that were affected, so that way we would basically stop a conflict.
Yeah.
But discreetly, because if everyone knew about the Mindnet having agents amongst all of their parties, that might cause a catastrophic, cascade of, bad things.
The
Yes.
Mindnet has ears everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Uncertain of who is under their influence or not.
There's also strength 4 fleet directly north of us.
Yeah,
That's true.
Whee!
Allie wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
Yeah, certainly not because ARG are TI4 games.
Fuck you.
Anywho.
Unadulterated loathing.
So, you guys are at Plateau's Rift, your spy outpost, your secret lair, inside of an asteroid, inside of a wormhole. Well, a system that has a wormhole in it. The Nomad is here. They're on their ship and largely unresponsive, though they have allowed you to interact with their automated assistant that will give you pretty much any rarity 3 or less items that you wish. Today, we're probably going to do a bunch of character things, and I'm going to try and do it the best that I can so that it's moving from scene to scene in a way that will be both successful and not just eternal riffing, is the hope. Whether that happens remains to be seen.
Prepared for despair.
So, you guys can, of course, if you didn't shop in between this session and last session, you can do so while you're not live in the scene. But otherwise, you guys have your share of the funds and can buy whatever you want. If you want to gain access to something that is beyond rarity 3, you can ask to roll for it. I'll probably allow everybody to do that once, during this session, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get a new spacesuit. That sounds nice.
Awesome. Since we are currently doing this, why don't we do vignette numero uno, which is at the Nomad's kiosk. I'm going to put Thraz here. He's going to be buying some stuff. Sin is next door, waiting in line at the fucking kiosk. So I would like to just get a Savant, and I'm looking for a Hakan beam pistol, a really nice superior one. But I also would like to sell off some of the salvage that I have, just, that sort of thing. And he goes and makes his purchases and sells off his salvage, which was gotten from his one-shot, actually, a long time ago. And then he kind of goes to the side and he's inspecting the goods and stuff. Sin, you go up to make some purchases of whatever you are buying from the Nomad. And Thraz just kind of looks at you and asks what you're buying.
I would like to add some gilding to my armor, if that's all right.
If that's all right.
I have a few other things, some standard grade lo-fi, nothing that has been modified, an ambassador, and I would like to get an extended hilt, but that's all fairly readily available for our lads.
Understood. We'll find those for you momentarily. We have people looking through our storehouse and checking in the back, so don't ask us. The kiosk goes gray for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to have Thraz ask you a question, Sin. Hey, you're selling stuff, right? Are you gonna sell off those things? And he points at the Pokeballs on your, belt or something.
Oh, no, those are specific acquisitions.
Question: does he know, or do people know, that those are Crimson Legionnaires?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thraz is going to ask you what they are then. And I'm just going to make a check against you. I'm not sure what we should do here. I guess charm versus your cool. Oh, come on.
Sure.
What are those things? I mean, they're so precious. Why can't you sell them? I mean, you could sell them to me. I could try and, like, help offload them, or...
2 yellow is his cool check.
Alright. Wow. You're pretty cool. Well... Okay, let me put on the charm. The old Thrazzy Dazzy.
Oh no!
Love that.
1 success. I'm gonna say that you take 3 strain.
Okay.
A successful check does 2 damage, and then plus the successes. So you're getting a little...
Actually, no, never mind. That different context.
It is different context, I think. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the awkward thing where you don't suffer from failing. That's what it is.
Yes, exactly. Sorry. Yep.
No shame.
That's why it's not relevant.
Shameless.
Customer service.
But just now your cool is broken a little bit as Thraz asks about the things that you've kind of been keeping secret and didn't realize were visible to other people underneath your veils. So, if you'd like, you can have a turn now, or you can just, like, ignore it.
I'm gonna try to lie.
Oh.
Because I don't like Thraz all that much, so he's not
Nobody
one that
does.
I would tell the truth. He has one heart. The only like he's on tier with Gervold.
Oh,
I didn't
also,
realize I was so beloved.
I was gonna say people should be at no strain, but we did technically have a social encounter with the Nomad before this, so I think that strain's left over from that. At least on Thraz and probably Krov. Alright, so you're gonna deceive. Deception is against vigilance. I don't think he's very vigil. Let's check. He has 1. The difficulty is 1.
1 purple?
Yep, it is 1.
Holy shit, okay.
You have found Thraz's weakness.
He's easily duped.
It takes one to know one, I guess. Holy shit.
He's a bad merchant.
Alright, so you can do a critical remark with this, or you can uncover, like, any of his, like, motivations. With 1 advantage, you can also recover a strain.
I will recover 1 strain. What would a critical remark do?
It would deal 5 strain to Thraz.
Okay.
Or you, like, a triumph can buy any kind of, like, you can learn any facet of his 4 different motivations.
I would like to know what Thraz is afraid of.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I know what it is, but I just want to confirm. His fear is commitment. And much like the bit...
That's hysterically funny.
Yeah. He backs... Or what lie do you tell him? It's gonna succeed.
To say that they are, like, Crucian road snacks from, like, the home dimension. So they're basically, like, trail mix gas. And one of them to a mammalian would probably smell something like, I don't know, fresh cut grass.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know much about crews. I didn't mean to offend or anything. I mean,
he holds the fresh cut grass one out, quote unquote, and is just like, I mean, you wouldn't get the same benefits, but it's this one. The other one it's a little bit smokier.
No, thank you. I much prefer the the things of back in Kanara. There's much more better. Have you had Gertie? Never mind. I'm just going to let you do your thing and not get in your way. He's above compromising level, so he's not going to press any further. He's just going to retreat from the battle.
Okay.
Quote unquote battle. All right.
I have successfully weirded Thraz out by lying like a rug. Cool.
All right. Is anybody else buying anything that they need me to know? Otherwise, because I'm not going to vet anything that's like
I would
rarity
like to
3 or
roll-
less.
I would like to roll for gilding,
For gilding.
which is rarity 4.
Rarity 4. Okay. So that would be difficulty 2 to find. Is it? It's not restricted. It's just gilding, I assume.
Yeah, it's not restricted. It's just gilding.
Restrict something else.
And hold on, is it like what
Yeah,
flavor
that's true. Usually it's street wise. Oh, I think it's negotiation.
I think they allow. I think it says you can use either streetwise, negotiation. Yeah, I think either streetwise or negotiation, depending on like how you say
Circumstance. I think that this would be negotiation. Streetwise is like
Okay.
you're finding something on the streets.
Okay, I don't care all that much, so I'm not gonna burn a story point for. I kind of care. What is the?
It's difficulty 2. For
Yeah. No, not that. But like, what is the likelihood that I will never get this opportunity again?
Oh, I mean, you can just try again, like next city.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And even if we spend another day in that city, you can just try again. And you
Once
succeeded.
There you go.
It should
Oh
be
yay! I can be shiny.
Hell yeah. You are gilded.
and stealthy somehow.
And somehow still stealthy.
Sin
Excellent.
is just gonna hide in every single light, so we just
I
think
mean,
it's just
it's-
the glare of the light.
It's technically a separate piece of equipment that's being gilded. So my environmental suit is getting gilding, but my stealth cloak is not. So I can just
Gotcha.
turn invisible.
Just keep thinking of that Lancer TTRPG we heard of
That we heard of.
from Harrison.
Hyperventilating. All right. Does anybody else need anything? Sin, your environmental suit gets taken into the Nomad's ship, and they get to work on it. You're not sure what's going on because they don't invite you onto the ship, but you know.
I basically, but it is me, so I would just have to be taken into the ship and like go unconscious, I guess.
They lend you a temporary environmental suit.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I be in like a little like? Oh,
Please be in a ball.
can I be in like a little like hamster ball or like
Yes.
some little cute thing?
Yeah, you are in a
Excellent.
volleyball
Lava lamp.
sized we'll still make it a hamster ball so you can move, and you roll around. It has like a little bit of texture on the outside so that it can cling to surfaces, but otherwise you are just this glass noise that kind of rolls around on the ground, and people just kind of look at it and see like this glass orb filled with mist.
Yes.
Perfect.
Amazing. Is anybody else buying anything that needs a roll?
I have a rarity 5
I-
thing.
I would like
try
to-
and get.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rare-
why don't we do it? Because I also have one. So why don't we get all of the like Hail Mary?
Say, I
rolls
thought
out
we
before?
all had at least one thing.
Yeah, everybody can at least
Yeah.
try one thing, and I believe the rarity is the difficulty is half the rarity. I don't remember if it's rounded up or down.
It is
Is
rounded
that
down.
cheat?
Rounded down. Okay, so 5 would be difficulty 2.
2. And it's what, streetwise or
Anything
What
is
are you
going to
looking
be
for?
negotiation unless it is restricted. Is how we're gonna do this.
oh good. I'm happy that that's how this game works.
Sorry.
You should be.
Okay. I'll just go jump off a cliff.
I'll join you if this fails. All right, negotiation, 2
You're a burning
perps.
fly.
Go. Hey, I did it.
You did
I
it.
love how this game works. It
I
was
love this game.
perfectly
No,
balanced
there's nothing
design.
wrong with it. It's perfectly balanced. There's no RNG. All right, you found what were you looking for?
A deck sweeper module for my beam rifle.
Okay. They modify your beam rifle so that it has like a little like a crank on the side that you can turn it up to 11 and adjusts the beam width. So when you turn it up, it just goes out in a cone and blasts everything in that radius, but then it like runs out of ammo. I believe that's how it works, right?
Yeah, it's like, I forget the technical name of it. Like you see on like a
It's
covered
unslung
like
grenade.
machine gun, and it has like the grenade launcher below it, and it launches a.
Yeah, the description basically describes an underbarrel grenade launcher, like the
Oh,
type.
gotcha. So it's an alt weapon. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a one-time use. It costs money, and like you have to try and procure a reload for it. But it is a one-time foop, and just does a bunch of shrapnel damage.
Okay. Does it do the same? Like, I know we don't really have damage types, but is it a beam weapon or is it a projectile
No.
or an ordnance?
There's no. I think it's probably ordnance type. It has its own damage block with its own, like it has a blast rating, a flat damage. Like it does not modify the original damage. It's basically attaching a one-time use second weapon onto your
Additional
weapon.
one-shot weapon to the gun, appearing to be nothing more than a simple canister. The tube is packed with
Monofilament
monofilament razor shrapnel backed with a powerful concussive charge.
I think it's a physical thing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So it's
So
it's a
apparently,
barbed wire
yeah.
shotgun.
I was hoping it was
shoots
more
barbed
vague
wire at-
for once, but sure. You have a barbed wire cannonball now. Well,
Silly-
Perfect.
it's a
yeah.
very silly string.
very silly
It's the
string.
silliest.
All right, who's next?
All right.
I
Darwin.
was gonna try for a rough one since it's negotiations. Pericles suit.
Ooh,
nice
do I get a
armor.
point? I called it. Do I get a point?
Yes, you get 1 XP.
Nice.
Nice. The nice suit,
4 more, you could spend it on something.
so that I can switch out of the hostile environmental armor.
Okay.
So this is rarity 8, so that's 4 successes you need.
It's a difficulty 4, so you're
Yeah.
rolling against 4 purple dice, and because of the nature of a Pericles suit, I'm going to add a story point to it. So
Okay.
upgrade the difficulty once.
All right. Yeah, because
And I-
technically this would be me putting a order in for one type thing.
That's
Yeah.
right. Like even if it does succeed, you've basically got yourself in the queue for a multi-week process to get one tailored.
Yeah.
I basically get like a forms. They scan me to see my size, and then they build one for me later.
Yeah, it's
All right.
hyper tailored, specified scientifically for your body.
Mm-hmm.
Do not lose 5 pounds.
What the hell is this shit? What even is this?
Nice.
Wait, you want a suit?
Oh, okay.
I
know the
think-
flesh. You're like, was my butt always this large? Oh,
I was gonna. I'm ordering this from the Nomad. I think the Nomad is gaslighting. There's I owe the Nomad a favor or some shit.
They just drag you.
We don't normally do this kind of tailoring, but we will find
lift you up
somebody
and
that
down.
can accommodate this for you because you are so important to us. The Nomad specifically speaks to Yara and says, damn, what do I say in this instance?
And it's a triumph too.
It is a triumph. That's the only reason I'm getting the Nomad involved.
Yeah.
Your service to us has been invaluable. I will do this for you as a personal favor. Though just be aware, I may ask for one in return. Do you understand, Yara?
Well, all relationships need a little give and take. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to stay out in the field a bit better with one of these.
Indeed. Hey, Yara, what's your desire motivation? You've just given it to the Nomad.
Yeah. Knowledge. They know I want to know the tech.
Wow,
It's
worst,
pretty obvious. They're pretty much just I
worst
can bribe this
motivation
dog.
ever.
I
You're
can
like,
bribe this
"Oh, can
dog
I-"
with promises of technology.
You're like, can I watch them make it? Or
Literally, Yara is just I'm not too. Would I be able to get any of the tailoring notes or the process notes?
We will give you the full specification readout. You get the impression that the Nomad was pseudo. He's going out of his way for this. So the Nomad is sort of you're a little stressed out. You will take 2 stress strain.
That is fair.
That's the results of all the threats. For the triumph, I'm going to say that you've reduced the price to 1,500 instead of 2,000.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. All right, cool. And I'm just gonna buy a bunch of the infantry grenades, and that's pretty much it.
Cool. Also, could I have 15 grenades?
That's a card.
Although I'm realizing grenades apparently do take encumbrance. So
They do.
That's correct.
Yeah. The grenades that I was walking around with the last time technically would have made me encumbered, but we're gonna ignore that for now. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make my inventory work.
They're just so awkward. I mean, if you buy like pouches and stuff or whatever, that can help increase
I'm
it.
already carrying a bunch of medical supplies and scanning equipment, so I
Or
have to go
just
through it.
leaving them on the ship and taking a few with you each time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably
Dan,
carry a few with me, but I'm also going to leave some of my other stuff. Like, I don't need this Formsmith with me, I think, on the field, necessarily.
Yes.
Do you have the Versihall system maxed out?
Oh, yeah, no, I've gotten all of those. If I didn't have all the pouches and the Versi Halls, I would be at, like, 10 encumbrance, but because of those, I'm at, like, 17. Medical equipment is heavy.
It is. All right, who's next?
If there's no one else, Nolly can go for her role.
Exactly. This is the time when you pipe up.
Can, or rather would, Thraz be interested in helping her? Because she is looking for a Hakan weapon.
Okay.
The Dune Spear?
Nope, it's just a weapon of Hakan make. Like the Hakan modifier on
because you
top of
want
a
it
normal
gold
weapon.
shiny.
Okay. Why don't we do that later?
Okay.
I have a point for it later.
Okay.
So just keep that in the back of your mind, and we can do that roll later. Krov?
Yeah.
Anything?
Okay, so what's the? You mentioned like unless it's restricted. What's the unless it's restricted thing? Restricted means
That
no?
would be street. Actually, I think restricted would probably mean you're not going through the Nomad. You'd need to like find in your own contacts somebody to get you the item you need.
Okay, I know what I want to get. I'm potentially not gonna get it, but I'm gonna try. A portable FTL compact. Rarity 6.
What is that?
So it's basically a deployable transmitter to do communication up to like 2 to 3 light years. Beyond
Yeah.
6, it dissipates into like to do like long distance communication.
So Wi-Fi
And
booster.
basically to a neighboring star system.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna rule it as. Normally, all right.
Wait, what's that?
Well,
Think of
so
something else if you want.
well, no. So normally, I had said that like the capabilities of contacting people is like a system away. So I'm gonna say that this can probably go 2 systems away.
Okay.
Does that sound like acceptable?
Yeah, I mean, if I can get it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get it first.
It's what's the rarity? 8, you said?
6.
6. So it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
And because it's restricted,
No, it's not restricted.
oh, it's not?
Yeah, it's just expensive. It's 5,000 already.
Oh, never mind. Then you can go through the Nomad.
Yeah. I just wanted to know
Negotiation.
the rule because in case I need to get something that was restricted. But,
Yep.
Okay, negotiations then, right?
Yep.
And he's so good at negotiating.
Give me this now!
No.
No. I don't have one of those. Can you rephrase it? You take 1 strain.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it was worth a shot.
Yeah. Lousy ass kiosk. Also, that threat specifically came from your Letnev rudeness. I forgot what the ability is called, so I'm going to call it rudeness. So anyway, I think that's it for shopping.
I want
Not.
one.
Oh, do you want something?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of want, but the one thing I do want, I can't get from. So, but I would like to go and try and get a deflector buckler.
Okay.
Actually, give myself a melee weapon.
What is the rarity?
6.
The difficulty is 3. Negotiation.
That's pretty easy.
I feel like Shepard using a melee weapon is like using those pirate toothpicks that you get in those.
Wow.
I want Shepard to take my collapsible knife and just be like, they just pull out like a toothpick, just like as you say, like.
It's so small it doesn't even fit in his hands. He has to hold it between his forefinger.
They
and his
use
thumb.
it. They wield it like a scalpel. Is how it works.
Yes.
So, I guess you can recover a strain from that, Shepard. You were nervous about this phone call, but after making it, you're not sure what you were so worried about. They didn't even have it anyway.
Okay.
All right. Now, is everybody all set with buying things?
I'm still gonna buy stuff, but it's like all the stuff that's under.
Yeah.
20.
With rolls.
Do the cheapies on the side.
We can do it on our own time. So
The Nomad bids you farewell and leaves. Cool. Now we can move on to the actual juice. I kind of wrote in these like little vignettes as like scenes and stuff. And let's just try and go into them. So you guys disperse throughout the secret lair, and you guys are like getting things ready before your next mission to Torkin. You're not gonna just head out there the next day probably, because you guys have been out for like a week. You wanted to kick back and relax, and you have like 3 weeks until you need to do your mission.
We're gonna
So-
say everybody heals to full right over this time. Anybody like a critical injuries?
Yeah, I'm going to say that you guys can heal strain as if you have completed an encounter.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool or discipline.
Damn.
Cool.
All right, ain't healing.
Oh wait,
shit.
no, because you still have 5 difficulty on.
Yeah, you got to turn
Oh,
that shit
okay.
off.
That would be why Yara can't heal shit.
Also, if anybody has any critical injuries, you can roll for those as well.
Yara can
Anything?
help you this time.
Same.
Yeah, Nali is hamstrung. Someone can help her. What is the roll? It's 2 perps.
It should be, yeah, that would be the medicine roll, but resilience for you, I think, if you're just doing it on your own.
Oh no, I mean someone else can do it. I mean
I
Nali
would
is
love
like
to do it.
barely resilient, but yeah, why don't we have Shepard do it?
Okay.
I'll add a boost so you get an easier time.
You really only get one chance at this because it's once per week that you can attempt to heal a critical injury.
Okay, Shepard, what is your medicine?
A lot.
Okay, good. Because
2
Nali's
yellow, 3 green.
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
And if this fails, you
With the
will
boost.
also have the opportunity to try a resilience roll to get rid of it too.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
And I'm giving you a boost.
How many perps?
2 perps.
2. Medicinal perp.
You did it!
Hooray!
Congratulations, you are now healed.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Just using some medical tape, and I just like put your muscles back in place.
You no
Shepard.
longer have that hamstring.
Yeah.
I've removed the
I
hamstring.
removed it.
No, I said I have a ham. Okay, well, can I have it back, please?
I'll put it in there.
I
Yara
used
looks at the-
medical tape to get rid of
No.
the soreness.
No, Yara looks at the tape and she's like, this is industrial tape. I guess that's why it pulls so well. If it works, it works.
So Shepard,
It's
you're
just duct
gonna
tape.
take 1 strain from needing to be so delicate with Nolly's hamstring. Her legs are like the size of one of your fingers.
Fair.
Oh god.
All
Being
right.
a pediatrician is very hard.
So
Yeah, you're playing Operation.
It's okay. I'm gonna incidentally just kind of release some of that strain.
Yara,
Mm-hmm.
you are down where you have discovered that the SAR have arrived. You noticed their ships in your hangar when you arrived, but you haven't seen them. But a quick scan determined that they were in the defense grid. One of them comes up to you and goes, "Ah, hello, Yara? That was your name, right?
Yes. Nice
Okay.
to meet ya.
Nice to meet you. The name is Minion Number 4 from Clan Rue. And we came here and the Nomad cordially invited us to join your crew. We had no idea that you had such big connections." They all like kind of nod expectantly. But we're getting those signal dampeners installed and repairing the defense grid for you. Just as just as the big guy wanted to.
When you say the big guy, you mean the nomad? He instructed you on these?
Oh yes, he said that it was a personal favor of his for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. You said your name was number 4?
Sorry. That's what my friends call me. They call me 4.
Okay. How many of there are with you then?
Oh, well, these are my other friends. We got Grog over there, and Hrog, and Grigi, and Frarger. He rattles off like 10 different names in the Sar tongue.
All right. I mean, I guess I did the authorization then. I mean, this station is kind of bigger than our initial crew, so we definitely could use the help. I just probably need to clarify some things with the rest of our group. But you guys would be fine with maintaining certain things, and I kind of pull up a list of like stuff that needs to be repaired and stuff that needs to be like upkept and stuff.
Absolutely.
We could always use the help.
Yara, the Tengu probably needs some assistance.
Oh yeah. And Yara just kind of remembers all of a sudden, thanks to the DM. Our ship needs to be repaired because it's been in a bit of trouble. The sooner the better. So actually, this is a perfect timing. And I kind of like pull up a screen on my Savant and send it. Do you guys have a Savant? I have a list of all the repairs the ship needs done.
We can get some. Yeah. They kind of nod to each other. They're like scrounging around. Looks like there were some old savants that were left behind by the Kilaris. But they grab their stuff and they follow you back to the Tengu.
All right, I'm gonna call on. I'm gonna call Krav on the thing and then just be like, "Hey, Krav, I'm gonna send a group message to everybody," and I start pinging everybody's comm beads and onto the ship's thing. Hey, so we gotta remember how I met a bunch of SAR before after we defeated Braga. They might be looking for a job, and since the station is kind of too big for us to kind of fix on our own, I figured they could help us do things like ship repair and upkeep. Is everybody okay with that?
That's excellent.
Anyone else?
I have no complaints here. Oh, sorry. Keeping comms clear.
Keep them out of my way. They'll be fine.
All right. I'll let them know to keep their noses out of our private dorms and stuff. But they're gonna be helping to get the ship ready to go so we can get out of here sooner.
Yeah, I don't know. I might like to go see what they're working on. Maybe help them out. I haven't had a wrench in my hand for so long.
That's fine. You still have your Savant on board? I can send the notes about like all the damages we've had. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do on this thing, but I've also got all sorts of things. So this is definitely going to be helpful in splitting the time.
Please note that the biosphere does not require any assistance. It will be fully operational with me and my friend.
Sar, try to stay away from the biosphere most of the time unless invited. I'm not quite sure what Shepard has going on there most of the time.
They just shrug. Got it. Dangerous.
Oh god.
Well, not necessarily dangerous, but
evil dogs.
No, they are correct. There are potential plants here that are dangerous to other organic life forms.
Adding that to our notes.
Yeah, we can't have chocolate. We can't have chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate is.
They all start nodding, and they're like, all the humans, all the Terrans, they try to give us chocolate, but we know we can't have chocolate.
They're nodding. Oh, the brown death, yes.
Brown death.
All right. Okay.
All right, they're gonna get to.
Thank you so much for you guys.
They're gonna get to repairing the Tengu. You guys have 28 damage on it, so it's gonna cost 280 ore to fix it. Yes.
I'll pay for it. That's fine.
It's only 10 ore per damage.
Oh, sorry. It's 2,800. There was 100 per hit point.
I'll pay for it. That's fine. I have a lot of ore.
We could also divide it between the crew as like 400 each.
That's fair.
Yeah, 400 each.
Thankfully, 28 divides evenly by 7.
And Nolly's going to pay an extra 200 to repair the 2 hull damage on the mongrel.
Okay. Okay, just doing my own math. Fraz, excellent. All right. Okay. While Clan Rue's fixing the Tengu, and it'll take some time for them to get there, probably like a week. That's probably actually the main reason that you guys won't go immediately back out on your mission.
What are we calling the clan again?
Clan Rue. Their name should
Clan
be
Rue.
there.
All right. I see it.
Okay, good. I was like checking my permissions and stuff. So let's heal the Tengu back up to full, because it will be by the end of this. Yara, let's have you inside the Tengu, because you have a mission from Krav. You still need to install these security updates.
No, I'm
Nope,
actually having
it's
Sin do it.
me.
Oh, it's Sin?
Yeah,
All right.
because I don't want Yara having a complete dominance over every single computer in the entire station.
Right. For some reason, I thought that Yara was the first one to be
Yeah,
told
I
about
did
it.
at first rescinded it. I was like, wait a minute, let's have Sin do it.
Okay. I just didn't know if you asked Yara and then said to them, never mind.
I think it probably is closer to that sort of
I
thing
mean,
where I
it's
set up the
just more
framework and then Sin has to
generalized.
put it in.
Okay. Is that what you guys want to do? Yara
Just
sets up the...
Sure.
disobey my request. if you
So
want.
it'll be like a boost or an assist to Sin's
Yeah.
computer's check.
Sure. We can say that. So we'll have Sin helping as well.
Yara kind of begrudgingly goes, I understand the security concerns. I won't be nosy. Here's the layout of how you want to set things up. Da 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 da. And I just hand you like a bunch of notes of like planning and stuff. This should probably get the job done.
Keep in mind, you are handing it to a gerbil ball.
So
Right.
let's have Sin do an average computers check with a boost from Yara, because Yara's going to have done the difficult part of setting up the framework.
Okay, doke. I am gonna roll now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a success, and you can heal one strain. You feel a lot more safe now that the security measures are in place. As you guys are working on it, let's have Zoldenrock walk into the Tengu.
Me.
Zoldenrock, you have been inserted into this, and you see Yara and Sin at work. Maybe you come across Yara first doing laying the groundwork for Sin later. You're not sure what Yara's doing. You just came in here for tools to repair or install mods onto your weapons.
All right, and what is Yara doing currently?
Yara's making some sort of edits to the ship. It looks like they're installing something at your station, like some sort of pin pad or something.
Oh. Okay. What you doing there?
Security measures. Given all the convoluted things happen around here, people should probably have more aligned with their station access.
Right. So what would that entail for me?
You'll get your access code to your station, and if you need to access the other ones, you just got to request it from the captain. It's to try and reduce
from just the captain.
I'm trying to remember. Was that basically the agreement? Overrides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of he's the captain.
It's
You
chain of
probably
command.
ask from him.
Remember, you guys can always mutiny and disobey me.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
exactly. But that's not like explicit.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, I keep forgetting about this, but I was going to try and I don't know if this is going to change the way you guys do things, but I was going to give goals to some of these more specific vignettes. The goal for this one is Zoldenrock, for you to uncover Krov's paranoia, and for Yara, it's to hide it from the rest of the crew.
Okay.
So
Maybe I'd probably justify it more than anything.
yeah, you could
That's
justify it, or that could be a different form of the goal. Basically, placating like Zoldenrock, like, hey, don't worry about it. So I'd like one of you guys maybe to do initiative, like cool or something.
Okay, I get how that's
That
going.
could be cool.
Why I wasted on that roll?
And we're probably
Jesus
not
Christ.
going to do like the full like go until you're compromised thing. We'll
Mhm.
probably just do like an opposed roll against each other or something.
I rolled. Why did I waste a triumph on that? I think that's the best roll I can roll with those
Well, you
dice.
get a maneuver now.
You do. You get a free maneuver, which I guess you
Because
could
aims.
aim. Yeah,
I aim.
you provide
So I guess-
context to the whole
I can
thing.
aim better.
Yeah, I think that's literally how Yob probably approached this. She does have deception. Her negotiation and deception are the same. Damn. But she'd probably go for more of a negotiation thing. Be like, look, we have crew members who have some multiple personality issues. We have multiple xenobiology type folks who think a little differently. We've been learning about secret societies. There's just a little bit of like organization we need to do for the sake of security. That's all this is. You'll have access to your station, and in most cases, you won't need access to other things unless requested. We'll roll a negotiation against what versus cool.
It would be versus Zaldenrock's negotiation.
Okay, what's
Which
your
is
negotiation?
it's naked presence if you don't have it.
2 green.
2 green, so
2
2
green?
purple.
All right, and I can boost.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
I died. Okay.
I died. Oh no, I died.
Restart.
So
That's
Zaldenrock, you take 4 strain from this, from Yara's explanation. It's kind of angry, but it makes you a little upset. The captain's restricting you.
I'm putting
but you
the
understand.
baby locks on things.
Gunner.
You can also apparently you can recover a strain
I'm
with
kind of
your.
like a All right.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. This is Yara.
I'm kind of like a. Oh, sorry. A gunner / security officer is what my role is like intended to be currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have access to
Alright.
cargo and weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I explained that it's also ones that you're used to. So cargo and weapons are the main things you have
Yeah.
access to.
also you know how I gave myself 3 roles. If you guys want to add yourself a 3rd role, that's where I kind of left it open and purposely unfair. So if you guys want to add something now, like feel free to do so.
It's a way to
Yeah,
compromise.
so leverage wise, you can ask for another spot if you want. But for now, I'm gonna keep that a secret.
So,
Okay.
Yara, how do you want to spend your triumph? You can either learn any of Zaldenrock's like motivations, or you could probably just do more strain to him.
I actually want to learn his fear. Is that doable?
Yeah, and if you guys learn somebody else's motivation, I would write it down because you can use it to help your allies too, potentially.
Okay, is something upsetting you? What are you scared of, Zaldenrock? This is just a security measure. I'm sure that when you were
It's-
working with them, it was.
What are you scared of?
Protocol.
Commitment.
Well, I'll just out of character tell you that the fear is a failure.
Okay. So
So
maybe, how does this come through? Do you think, Zaldenrock?
I guess if I'm limited in my capacity to work efficiently on the ship, then I'll have more chances to actually not succeed at keeping everyone safe if I'm being pigeonholed into my 2 things.
Nice.
Okay.
Bird.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's my cousin.
maybe that's how you express that.
That's my cousin Pete, the pigeon.
Pete the pigeon.
He eats milkshakes off the ground. I know.
He has like a hawk for a head, and it's like, I thought he was a pigeon. No, we call him that because he's a stool pigeon.
Oh Jesus!
More bird
Christ.
jokes.
We
And-
don't talk about my cousin the seagull.
All right, Zaldenrock, you have the chance for a rebuttal to maybe get something out of Yara here.
So let me cut this straight to the point. All the extra things that have been happening, the security measures with the mine net or the what happened with the Winu, etc., is that really the cause of all this, or is it just because somebody is being very temperamental and scared for his life?
I don't know. Make a roll.
What are you trying to do here, Zald?
I want to coerce them into telling me what they actually know about this.
Okay.
That's fair.
What's your discipline, Yara?
Bad. Discipline. I'm trying to figure out where it is again.
None.
I think it is pretty bad. It's 3 green.
Oh. I
Okay.
can also get to show off my my downtime shopping activities,
Ooh.
kind of, sort of.
You show off a new gun.
Oh no,
You get
it's
it.
my
I use the deck sweeper motion.
No, I thought he was gonna say the gunslinger diplomacy.
Oh, the gunslinger. Oh god.
I could.
Do
no.
things need to get difficult? Yara, my trusted companion, reveals gun.
Jesus Christ,
I thought about it when you told us about all of this. I was like, is that what I'm gonna have to do? To,
The
like...
optimized player always taking out their gun even when it would not be socially acceptable.
Revolver Ocelot.
Literally, Zoltarok is a revolver also.
Oh my
So,
god. I'll
got-
allow you to just play with it to just show that you're competent, and maybe restricting your access is not a good idea. That could be something.
I mean,
Well,
that you
I
don't have
have
to
this-
do.
Other thing that I got that I think, without taking my gun, it makes a little more sense. I added a terror enhancement to my infantry combat armor.
Jesus.
Nice.
So, so that's that's
Okay, hold on.
kitty.
What is the terror
Yeah,
enhancement on your armor?
I was afraid you were gonna ask that.
Just make it a big ass beak. Beaks are always terrifying, and they're really big, plague doctor style.
Oh wait, no. Can we flash back for this?
Yeah, how many
What do you want?
stresses is that, 2?
What if you stole some of the pieces of the Mahawked sorcerer we killed's mask in order to basically make these are remains of Mahawked that you put onto your armor?
You got a space
Yeah,
spiking
it's-
helmet now.
Did
Specific
take his head. So yeah,
specifically because the Shikrai are of anyone, the most anti-Mahawked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That sounds
we could be
good.
that, and maybe I have some lighting on it to brighten up and holographic ways to enhance the actual features that were put on it or something.
Yeah, maybe you explicitly rebuilt his little metal mask, but part of it is split with a giant crack through the middle, where his head would be. Love it.
Yeah, and then
Hot.
the justification of this, or not justification, but the game aspect of this is I get 1 success to any coercion checks.
Nice.
Are you sure I'm the
So
mean
easy
one?
Oh, Yeah,
It's
what's
3
the difficulty?
3 green. So
Yeah.
I think that's just 3 purple.
3 green.
I'm just imagining that an Arthas Windrunner cosplay walking in and being like, why is my access to the soda machine being restricted?
Pretty much.
What do you mean I can't get a McFlurry myself?
Okay,
Okay.
so I take 3 successes. So how much strain damage?
That's 2 successes, so 4.
2.
It's always 2
Unless he-
plus the number of successes.
Okay, and then he also had the extra one from his thing.
It's added in. You can see it.
Okay,
Yeah, it adds in. Because there was a fail in there, so it...
all right. So I'd say I do reveal that. I guess at this point I would reveal at least to some degree that yes, Krav does kind of want to make sure things are on the up and up. But I
This-
mean, wouldn't the Shikrai be used to this sort of security measures type thing?
Probably yes, if it was an actual Shikrai or an official military organization and not Prav's panicky head.
I'm gonna put something in here. It probably wouldn't be like this on a Shikrai ship. They're
Oh, yeah,
designed
I don't know.
to they're trained
Switch in and
to
out if
switch
needed.
consoles if needed. If the engineer falls, the pilot next to them can take over the engineer's role. And they can just go in there.
So that's probably why I'm so why are we restricting people?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
As
do
much as I want to be restricted to a point, but
I'll do a negotiation to try and to kind of say what's your negotiation again?
2.
Difficulty 2. Okay. So I'm basically
2
gonna tell you that wait, I mean he told me to keep this a hold, but we could technically add another. Do you have another station that you'd want to make sure you absolutely have access to, piloting or something, just so that you have one more avenue? That way 3 might be a better,
Depends on the
compromise.
situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying we could give you access to one more, just no.
Well,
and
am I
save it for
allowed to
later.
fly my strike? Or is that going to need a special pin code access?
That should be fine. That is your strike. We could also give you access to the ship piloting if necessary. It was 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a weird one. This is a
That's,
weird one.
This is not a success. You don't take any strain from failing because you didn't fail either. But you're going to take 1 strain from the threat.
Oh wait. Hold on. 1 hit to any charm or spell check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think you can... I don't think you can deal a critical remark either because you didn't hit. But you can learn another one of Zaldenrock's motivations.
His fear was failure. What's his motivation?
His desire? His
Desire.
strength?
Yeah, or desire.
Expertise.
Wants to be the best at what he does.
Okay. All right. Yes, you know I have to give you at least one more spot.
I think you took too much strain there, Yara. I gave you the 4 strain from before.
Oh, from earlier? Okay.
So you should be at 5 now.
All right, there we go.
Alright, since Yara kept going, Zaldenrock, do you want to respond?
I guess just basically say for now, what is it? Navigations, I think, is what piloting the ship would be considered.
Yeah.
Yep. So far you have cargo and weapons, and we're saying we can add navigations to your
Yeah, I think
your
I need
docket.
to add navigations, and then I just want to put the point at if there's anything else access I would need to at a moment's notice of emergency, and I'm not able to get it, I will override any of it, regardless of what captain's orders says.
And do you mean navigation or piloting?
Oh, there's 2.
No, as far as C dictated, he used navigation as sort of the catch-all for piloting.
Okay.
Yeah, not like I kind of made it vague because I didn't want to go to like system wide like every little like toilet. I didn't want to do toilet access.
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, then navigation. So maybe Yara can give you that. And are you clapping back with like any rolls at all? Since Yara's making this concession.
I think for now, no, I don't think. Except I don't know if just my remark of like,
I think that's more
I'll
of a
follow
threat.
this.
Yeah.
You're not trying to negotiate anything in the
No.
moment. You're just threatening. You're just making a point.
Yeah.
Right,
So maybe
that,
just a
like, this
coercion,
isn't
just to
stop.
be like, hey, this could be a bad idea. Like if the
Right.
ship's going down and I can't access the navigation or something.
I'm not saying to do gunslinger diplomacy, but this is basically like, and I'll have you know, I will get access with my special passcode, and you reveal your gun.
Yeah, that could be good. What is that?
I mean, maybe this determines whether or not I tell Krav about the interaction or not. So if you want to roll, that's probably fine.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do coercion. That was difficulty 3, I think.
Yep.
And if you want to do
Yes,
gunslinger and follow up on that, then
Gunslinger. Yeah. So
Yeah.
gunslinger with.
I believe gunslinger is specifically written such that the GM can decide if there are consequences from you doing it.
Right. Yeah.
This
They
is
have narrative
basically be the difference
repercussions.
between me tattling or not
Success.
tattling, or like only kind of like obfuscating
Sure.
or whatever.
if you use gunslinger diplomacy, I think Yara should tattle. Daddy,
yeah,
daddy.
that's fine if she does. 1 threat. Coercion with 3 difficulty. Go.
Oh, nice. So that deals 6 strain to you, Yara.
Okay, Yara's a little
it is,
scared.
It does push you over the threshold for compromising, so it's like, hey, you can have whatever accesses you want, man.
You're sweating.
All right.
Look, I'll give you. Well, I can't put in. I can only give the. I'm not allowed because Sin's the one who puts in the rest of the access. But I guess this is me. Just Yara's like, okay, I won't. I'm scared. I won't mention anything.
Maybe you
I'm gonna
like
keep it under wraps.
pencil in that when Sin's giving access to give Zaldenrock extra access.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah,
I put in the 3 that he requested. I'm like, he says he might need extra access.
Okay.
Just kind of like leave it at that, and I'm just gonna keep everything else to myself.
Okay. You guys can end an encounter. Let's call this a scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and scene.
And scene.
Sin walks over. So what do you need me to fix? That's the.
Dean rolls on up.
And
Yeah. What was that about? Sin says, and we just cut away. All
do we
right.
roll to recover strain?
Yeah, you do.
End of a. Okay.
Yours gonna
Either
have a
cool
bad
or
day.
discipline, and remove all your difficulties.
What happens if you roll threats on it?
You should be removing your difficulties.
Okay. Can I keep that roll?
No.
No.
Damn it.
All right. We're gonna move to Shepard.
Take the Z
Shepard,
tab.
you are alone in the medbay. You are studying Marcel's corpse, and trying to make a copy of their, basically making a scan of their brain and the last
Whatever's
sort of
left of it.
configuration of their engrams, kind of.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a medicine check, and we will call it difficulty 4 because they've been dead for a bit and their face was pummeled in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Medicine 4. I don't think there's any way I can actually boost myself.
And I will also just success.
I found a
You
little bit.
no, you do it. The number of
Okay.
successes only matters for like attacks and stuff, usually. So yeah, you successfully make a copy. It's quite a large amount of information. It'll probably need to stay in the system computer.
I mean, totally fine. Where else am I gonna put it?
Sure. So you put it in the system computer. Are you protecting the file in any way?
No.
Yeah, why would you need to?
I have no.
No,
No.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. I will also say that just throughout this day and like any time in the future, really, if somebody wants to dramatic entrance, you can spend 2 story points to do so. Sin can spend 1.
Nice.
I mean,
Wait,
I
what?
feel like it's fun if Nolly dramatic entrance is here.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'm telling you now for a reason.
I feel like I'd be like definitely looking at this. I don't know if we have like some sort of like 3D kind of like way of viewing it, sort of like Stark, or if it's just on like a screen. So I'm just kind of like moving around this
Yeah.
3D image.
I'll
of
say
the brain,
you're-
of whatever's left.
You're maybe rubbing a scanner along her brain and taking like a 3D scan of it, but the way that the 3D scan works is it's like registering which neurons like were last activated and connected at the time, and it's slow going and it takes a while, but and it also requires a lot of corrections. So it takes a long time to do this. You're spending most of your
that's
day doing this.
This is definitely a situation though where her brain is now separate from her body on the table.
Sure, we can say that
Okay.
Sure.
if you'd like.
I think it's probably better to diagnose the damages and compare it to a more organized and like better healthy brain.
Okay. Nelly, what's up?
Yeah. Nolly walks in through the door and she's like, "Hey, Shepard, I wanted to say thanks for tweaking up my leg there. It's been feeling real good. And
Just wanted to come in for a checkup.
You are quite welcome.
what are you working on?"
I am currently working on diagnosing the brain of this individual.
Wait, is that?
She'd probably be covered in like a white cloth, just like normal. So Shepard would just do like, this is the corpse that we have gathered from one of our previous encounters.
Nolly.
Yes.
I'm gonna use a GM story point.
Suffer.
You protect yourself from this. What do you see instead?
Nolly sees one of the Yin brothers, or what looks like maybe like shoulders up is visible. She sees sort of like a mangled head and then what looks like the robes of one of the Yin brothers from the station there.
Okay. Rasa sees the correct thing. Nolly has protected herself.
Interesting.
Continue.
Well, that changes how I was going to play this out, so
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Gotta make you think on your feet.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess Nolly just is curious. She goes over and like tries to lift she tries to like lift the drape that you have over the body, I guess, and start looking at it underneath. I don't know if you react at all to that, Shepard.
Shepard's just gonna be like, I'm actually curious as the reason why you're interested in this corpse. I thought that you might be more adverse to being in here at this moment.
Oh no, I don't know. It's interesting to see the stuff that's going on. I like to, I understand more things every day, but I don't know. It's kind of neat to see things going on.
Can I do any sort of recognition to see? Because the whole point of the reason why Shepard is doing this is to try and understand the programming. I would like to try and call out the programming.
Okay.
I'm not quite
Interesting.
sure how.
How
so basically,
I would make a roll.
Looking at Nolly. Okay.
Would you like to charm it out, coerce it out, deceive it out, or negotiate it out?
I don't think negotiation's going to work. I do not want to coerce.
Charm?
Actually, maybe, let's say charm is probably... Charm or coercion, not deception.
Okay. Then, let's oppose... So, charm, that would be versus cool.
Okay.
So 2 reds.
Uh-oh. Nolly's so cool.
Because I don't think... I mean, Shepard's never going to hide, like, anything. But he is curious as to how Nolly is interacting.
Perhaps you see Nolly just staring past the body on the table as if they're not really seeing it.
2 red, right?
Yeah.
Yep, 2 red.
Oh, there's a big.
You want to use a story point?
You
guys have 5.
Yeah. I'll use a story point. I'm not quite sure how.
You go to the story point pool and click use story point.
Shut up, you.
If you... Sorry, I didn't know, because I think before you didn't know how to do the upgrade.
No, I was thinking about more story-wise. Like,
well, we can find out after the
use
roll.
her name. It's also true. Charm.
Oof.
Okay, so what were you trying to say?
Do you want to use your thingy?
Do I just want
to
to
Against all odds?
Yeah.
If I use against all odds, it's because I'm going to use, like, Marcel's name. And I feel like that would be the... Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm just reviewing this corpse here. Oh, okay.
I think in all honesty, Shepard is just like, here's all the information I'm going to divulge about Marcel's corpse. So, yeah, I'll use
Since
my
you are
name.
curious about the corpse of Marcel.
Yeah. Oh no, you have asked about my hyperfixation. I'm going to give you all the details. This will become a new trauma.
Okay, so maybe this brings out Rasa, if that's okay with you.
Whatever you want to do, it's there.
No, I don't necessarily want to bring out Rasa right now, because Rasa is far too cool and logical for this kind of a scenario.
Maybe this clues Nolly into what's really in front of her.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, so like,
Okay.
Shepard, you say like, oh, I am inspecting the corpse of Marcel, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And then Nolly sort of pauses for a sec. You see her eyes go blank and they like vibrate in their sockets a little bit. And then she's like, wait, this is... Wait, why are you taking her apart? Wait, is that her brain? Wait, what are you doing?
Stop touching her.
And you hear the last part like inside your head.
Ooh. Shepard will comply immediately.
Shepard drops, I don't know, maybe
put
her arm.
the scanner down.
Yeah.
No, just put the scanner back, down, and I'm gonna cover up the rest of the body.
Yeah,
and...
as you're like gently pulling the cloth, Nolly runs over to the table and yanks the cloth over her to cover her.
I apologize. I did not mean to offend.
Let's resolve this roll. You take 3 strain, Nolly.
Mm-hmm.
Shepard, you can spend that to uncover Nolly's fear, to learn it.
I mean, at the moment, she's pretty fearful of the corpse in front of her.
I mean, her fear motivation. You know what I mean.
Sure, if that's what Nolly wants to give up as well.
Well, this is you. You're spending your advantages.
Literally.
You could also choose to learn their desire, or strength, or flaw.
I think I'd prefer desire.
Okay, and either desire or fear, I think, are quite reasonable to justify in this situation.
Yeah.
Her desire is belonging. the way she reacted to you tampering the corpse with the corpse of the only person who has ever said that she is her sister reveals something about her.
Yeah. Shepard is 100% going to like try to be as gentle as possible and offer to comfort Nolly in this moment. Like he's just like getting down real low and he's really apologetic, but also trying to like maybe get her out of the scenario where she is obviously in distress.
Baymax mode activated.
Yeah, Baymax mode activated.
Yeah, Nolly's just she's blubbering a little and she's like, why did you bring her on board? Why did you need the body?
I was curious.
I felt
It is
like
a hard
it.
thing to describe, but I did not want to interfere with you and your other.
Yeah, to put it in Shepard's point of view, maybe, this is like a dog being scared of the vacuum cleaner.
Right.
You're not sure why this little ant is so scared, but you're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I like dog better than ant.
I know, but I was trying to tie it into the Titans think of
Yeah.
everything as like minuscule ants.
Shepard still loves people. He's not at the level of you're all ants yet.
Nolly, do you want to try to charm Shepard? Like with your please?
Why not? Yeah, charm sounds about right. So what is the difficulty, Shepard?
This is
What
versus
it
cool.
against? Cool. 1 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, I will, I think, just raw dog this roll. Won't do any boosts, and we'll see how it goes. That's pretty good.
You take a stress as you're still recovering, probably. Strain, whatever. Interchangeable. Shepard, as Nolly's like asking you about this, you realize that maybe you did something wrong to them. You can't figure out what it is, and that distresses you. You take 6 strain.
Oof. Okay.
You don't have to reveal anything, because Nolly didn't get advantages or anything like that.
But you are willing to compromise.
But you are willing to compromise.
Yes.
So perhaps you warn. I don't know. How do you think you should compromise this issue? Maybe you take Marcel out of the med bay, or maybe you just like put them back because you're done with your scans anyway.
Yeah, what Nolly is like asking in her pleading is like, just stop poking around on her. Just put her down. Tuck her away. I want her to be at peace.
I can offer as a compromise, actually, if it's something she's okay with, to give her maybe like a proper burial in human fashion.
Ooh.
She could have like a small
In
little
your
garden.
garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Yeah. No.
garden.
She's
Nothing
gonna
bad will
fertilize
happen.
her.
Oh no.
Nolly certainly doesn't know of anything bad that would happen in your garden, so she would agree to that.
Shepard's
Oh,
like,
geez.
this is a great idea. This benefits you, and it benefits me.
I see your customs and I am trying to match them to be sympathetic.
Let us give Marcel a proper earth burial.
In dirt.
Even though she is Letnev.
We
no,
can't be last
It's to
like
appease
we
Nolly.
Wait,
Yeah, right,
I have
yeah.
a bunch of Letnev moss. Maybe it has something to do with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
They do literally have a religion around the moss, so
The moss.
She will have her own little like fairy circle of moss.
interesting. Okay. I think that's a good scene. So why don't we go on to the next one? Sin,
Yes.
you've been reminded that you are carrying some Crimson Legionnaires, and it's been a bit since you've checked in with one of your superiors. Do you want to send a message to Sin Lael?
I would love to, yes. So, I'm going to hide away somewhere a little bit remote
Sure.
and reach out and send a message that I have items of interest to deposit. Where would you like to meet?
You send this message off into wormhole space, hoping that Sin Lael will receive it eventually. And you await reply. Is there anything else that you want to put into this message?
It would probably be like using coding and double speed just in case if it's intercepted.
Mhm.
Would also probably say it's like, please don't come here. I have transport. I can meet you pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
So
Cool. That message gets sent out. That'll just be, there's no like goal or mission of that. Let's go to another thing. Hey, Krav.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, Krav? I got a very special vignette for you. You are, let's say, in the command center. It's
Okay,
still
of the ship? Or
of,
station?
of the station. It's still busted up, but there's some working computers and stuff. And you're looking at a galactic map. Like, it's a giant hex grid with a bunch of systems and star systems, and you're trying to like piece together any info that you have to like locate any possible hostiles, and you're trying to like get a path going to Torkin that you guys can lay out. While you were plotting a galactic course, Nolly and Zaldenrock, let's put you in the same room. Oh, damn, Harrison's BRB'd. I picked the wrong people. Either way.
Someone else instead?
Way back in a bit.
We'll have Zaldenrock. We'll have Zaldenrock head to charge of this. Zaldenrock and Nolly are in the same room, and they are playing video games very loudly.
Me and Nolly and I are?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys each have goals in this encounter. Nolly and Zaldenrock, your goal is to get Krav to join and play video games with you. Krav, your goal is to get the party to prepare for the goddamn mission.
What is the video game?
That is up to you.
Shit. God.
Wouldn't Zaldenrock be a Call of Duty type guy? I don't know,
think
Space
so.
Marine type. What would be the?
Overwatch?
Yeah, Overwatch.
God damn it.
No.
Not Fortnite.
Team Fortress 3.
Nice.
It took 1,000.
Yeah.
It took
Never make a
millennia
third
to come
game or
out.
anything.
All right. Let's roll for initiative.
It's
Okay.
Zaldenrock
initiative.
either plays first-person shooters or he plays sports games. There's no in between.
I'll roll for Nolly.
Okay, EA Sports.
Oh, I'm in something?
Oh,
I'm
yes.
a
Sorry.
gamer. I
I know
play
you were
FIFA.
BRB'd. I was trying to, like, slow roll it. So let's...
You're playing video games.
Yeah, so
what
the
video
scenario...
games are we playing in?
Krav is trying to go over galactic maps and plan out a route to Torkin that is safe and avoids the most traffic and rumors and stuff. Zaldenrock and you are playing video games loudly in the same room. Your goal for this encounter is to get Krav to play video games with you. Krav's goal in this encounter is to get you guys to prepare for the goddamn mission.
Okay,
Just
sorry.
weird that I would be the one playing the video game.
I'm gonna recover some
take it.
strain from my last encounter.
Yeah, by playing video games.
Right, and then what is it? Cool vigilance?
I just rolled for you.
Oh, okay.
Apparently poorly
Oh, yeah,
because I
okay.
have stuff attached.
Oh,
Oh,
no, it's because I have stuff on my sheet. Here, I'll
Yeah, sure. All right,
Okay.
Krav, can you get in here with some cool, or maybe,
Okay.
yeah, cool. You're trying to keep
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Losing his.
Oh wait, sorry. Let's get rid of that. That's better.
All right, so I think Nolly, you get to go first.
All right. Okay, wait. What game are we playing? Or it's probably a first-person shooter, right? Like some kind of a
Most
shooter.
likely.
That's what we are thinking.
Overwatch was floated.
Some kind
Team
of-
Fortress 3 was floated.
Team Fortress 3 or like Quake 8, maybe.
Quake
Yeah.
8000.
Quake 8.
Yeah, Quake 8000. Yeah, perfect. All right, great. Yeah, Nolly will, I guess, probably try like a charm check and be like,
Hey, come on, Captain. You've been so uptight. Come on, join us. A third would be great.
Okay. You do realize that we got a mission at hand soon, right? And we do need to pilot on a course that's heavily fortified and guarded. As a pilot, you should be aware of what dangers are ahead. You should be joining me.
All right, Nolly, let's do a charm check against Krov's cool.
okay, how cool is Krav?
I think he has 4 from the look
Yeah,
of his
4 green,
initiative.
4 diamonds.
Okay. Rock and roll. And
So you're gonna say rock and stone.
Rock and oh, that's what we're playing.
Yeah, do you recollect it?
All right.
That's right, DRG. Yeah, nice.
That is a failed check. You can recover a strain, it looks like, but you do take 2 strain from failing.
Yeah, so I'll just take 1. Yeah.
I'm the scout, and I'm constantly ahead and getting murdered.
Krov maybe like grumbles. Actually, it's his turn next, so his response maybe puts a little strain on you. But you're just a kid. You just play video games, so you recover a strain immediately.
Yeah.
All right, Krov.
Like, could you at least lower the volume? I'm trying to work here.
What kind? Is that a coercion or a negotiation?
You know what? I am being okay. You know, negotiation. I do coercion for like everything. It's like I don't need to pull out a gun for this, so it's like negotiation.
Yeah, you're putting on a fake smile for your teammates.
Also, the kid.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say, if you made it into turn the volume down, child, that would probably tip it to coercion.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what's the difficulty? I just.
Oh yeah, what is resistance to coercion?
Discipline.
No,
It's not coercion, it's negotiation.
Oh, okay, so negoshe versus negoshe.
Negoshe.
1 red and 1 purple.
1 red and 1 purple.
Okay, negotiating. Here I go.
Ooh, you
Okay.
succeeded. So that deals 3 strain to Nolly. And you can recover a strain yourself if you want, Krov.
Sure, I will do that.
All right, Zaldenrock. These two are arguing next to you. It's kind of uncomfortable. Not arguing, but like they're, they have different
Talking.
points of view. Nolly seems
I'm mad that
really
you keep dying as the scout.
Nolly seems like downtrodden that Krov's being such a grumpy gill about this.
The peanut gallery is strong.
I don't
You're
wanna
just
go
trying to play a
about
game.
This. Probably something along the lines of he doesn't have to, Nolly. He doesn't want any more opportunity to show his weakness by being bad at a video game.
It's kind of like coercion because
Ooh.
challenging him.
Hold on, Krov, does this go against any of like your motivations? Like him judging the merit of your abilities?
Calling you out as being bad as a letdown.
Does he-
is
does
obviously
he-
wrong.
Does Zaldenrock know any of Krov's motivations?
I don't.
I would just.
I don't think he does. I think he's just trying a targeted guess. But I'm asking Krov if this happens too.
There is a fear of failure.
Ooh.
Yeah, we both have that.
Yeah.
You're not a real
Welcome
gamer.
to the party, pal.
If you're using a fear, then you can add 2 boosts to this, Zaldenrock. I think this applies. I think that was good.
All right, so it's coercion. We said.
Yes. What's your discipline, Krov?
My discipline is 3 yellows, so the 3 hexagons.
Ooh, so 3 reds.
And 3 reds.
You get 2 boosts.
God.
You're hitting a sore point for Krov. But he's
am I
highly
wearing
disciplined.
My infantry armor while playing this video game.
Also, can you show your gun?
No, not a better idea.
Play the video game.
Shows his light gun.
Oh, like he shows the fake like
Zapper. The NES Zapper.
yeah.
Ah, yes, his NES, yeah.
I'll fucking allow it.
Oh God.
This is not a high stakes encounter, so I will allow it.
2 success, 1 threat for my Yeah. Okay. Go. Oh God.
Oh! Oh no!
Well, yeah, against 3 reds, yeah, I didn't expect much.
Oh my god, look at your rolls though.
But your
Yeah,
rolls
they-
are the most unlucky thing ever.
I mean, what rolls?
Yeah, exactly. The boosts were just like tits on a bowl. Like,
Okay. Despair. You accidentally reveal one of your motivations. Krav, I'll allow you to pick.
yeah,
Um,
everyone gets one.
I want to see the desire.
What do you want out of me?
Expertise.
Expertise. Krav now knows Zaldenrock's desire.
He wants to be
Well,
the best
it's-
at video
yeah.
games because
Yeah.
he's going against Nolly. He got coerced too.
Oh yeah, I'm
He's
just gonna
better than
lean.
a child.
Okay, I'm gonna lean as like I look at like kind of like the scoreboard. It's like, are you really try-harding against a kid?
Zaldenrock, you take 2 strain from the threats.
Gulp.
Yep.
Alright, Nolly, I guess it's your turn again if you'd like to keep this up.
I am within 1 point of compromising, so I'm debating whether or not I want to even do a roll
Okay.
or just assume she compromises.
Like,
I'll do one because I'm kind of assuming it'll fail, which means it'll put her over the threshold, and
Sure.
what I want to happen will still happen.
yeah.
So we'll do negotiation. She's like, come on, Krav, 1 round, and then I promise I will go and prep for the mission.
Alright, so I think it's
Okay.
the same difficulty as before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go.
For if it's cool, if it's the was it
Negotiation.
negotiation,
Negotiation.
then it should be 4 greens. Yeah, 4
Yep.
diamonds.
All right. 4 diamonds. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I expect.
Yeah. You take 3 strain because of the threat.
Mhm.
Actually, just do 2 strain and then take a setback. This is upsetting you. And I think that seems fine. You're still recovering from seeing your dead sister in arms, having their brain ripped out. So this has really bummed out your day.
Yeah, Krav, what do you say to Nolly when she makes this request?
I gotta be the boring parent. Is like, well, if you procrastinate, you're gonna have less time. You're gonna be less prepared when things get down to it. I'm gonna be the very boring dad about this.
And Nolly like throws her head back. Okay, fine. And she throws down the controller and stomps out.
Oh. Alright. I think that's an encounter possible end, unless Zaldenrock, you have like a last word for this.
Don't be such a stick in the fucking mud, you little dipshit.
This probably isn't going to change Krov's mind, but it might compound later.
Oh God, I don't. Where can I take this? Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything, so I'd probably just let it be and let him simmer there alone.
Right, because you're just kind of sitting on the console by yourself at this point.
Right.
Do you just like turn it down and keep playing? Or do you get up and leave?
Oh no, I'd probably put it down and completely just leave and go to the armory or something.
Okay. You guys can recover as if it was the end of an encounter. Krav is unflapped, which is,
Typical.
cool. Typical. Yeah. Alright. Yara.
Mhm.
Whoops. I clicked a button by moving Shepard. Let's have you go to the med bay.
Med bay.
Yeah. You figure that it's probably best if you do some studies on the corpses that you remember Shepard bringing on board. But when you go to look for the bodies, there are none here. You're not sure where they are. You eventually trace them back. It's not hard because the culprit isn't really hiding it, but they're in the biosphere. Shepard is using them.
one of them. The other one has been properly buried.
You have taken the other one as well to here.
Yes.
You just,
But I'm just
you
letting
just,
you know, one is in moss.
I'm going to say that the goal of this encounter of finding Shepard having just buried one and is now doing something to the other corpse, the Winu corpse. The goal of this encounter is for either one of you to uncover a fraction or an inkling of the other one's agenda.
Okay.
Oh, so you're what's that be? Just a heads up.
Yeah, you might need to unplug and plug back in. So, Shepard, why don't we start with you just because of that? What do you do when Yara enters the room looking for those corpses?
I mean, unless she says, like, hey, where are those corpses? I'm simply going to acknowledge that she entered the room, say hello, and then go back to working on the corpses.
Okay, well, let's assume that she says, what are you doing? How do you respond to that?
I'll just start off with, Shepard, where are the corpses?
One of them is currently underground, as you would say, in the most possible way while being on a station. The other is over there, and directs and points over toward, like, a small containment area that it is probably laying down in, but contained within, like, a tube of some sort.
How come they are not in the medical bay?
Proceeds to give the entire situation that happened with Nolly about Marcel in hopes that she doesn't ask about the other one.
So perhaps that's a charm check, like to be like, well, this is why I was doing it. I was trying to be nice. Or do you want to call this a negotiation or something? You're just using reasoning.
I'm just using reasoning, but
I think it's to me the division with negotiation is if you are offering something to the other person in exchange for something.
Okay,
from them.
I would say that this is charm then. Also, did you recover strain from the last encounter, Shepard?
I did not. I should probably.
And
I
Yara?
did. You gave me 6 from the one with Nolly.
Oh,
Yeah, Nolly gave you 6.
Yeah.
So you were not able to recover that much?
I was.
No, I
down
think
to,
you
like,
need. No, you were at 8 of 11, so you should.
Yeah.
So you get a recovery.
Yeah, the encounter for you ended, so you can either roll cool or discipline with 0 purpose and recover strain.
We did the recover from before, so I didn't.
Yeah,
know
we're
if-
doing it a lot this session.
That's understandable. I understand.
Yeah, each conversation you get to
Oh,
recover. Afterwards.
Jesus.
Good.
Okay.
Anyway,
Good.
Shepard
Robot is
watches
infected.
Nolly leave and is like, "Good, now that's over."
I mean, if it's a new encounter, then I can use my second win incidental again.
I had to use a goddamn Z tab after my last encounter.
Whew, Saldenrock pointed a gun at me. I need a Z-tap.
Right.
Doggy needs a treat.
Justified. Absolutely
needs a treat.
justified.
Absolutely justified.
All right.
Okay, so charm.
So charm versus Yara's cool. What is your cool, Yara? Oh, we can see it right there. It's 2 and 1 red. Ooh.
Oh, all right.
You suffer 2 strain, but you can use the advantages to learn any of their
Why she's
motivations.
Yeah, I want to know your desires. Why are you asking?
Hold on. Sorry.
Okay.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
I just want to learn science stuff, and I always kind of want to learn what's going on. You seem like you're trying to figure out something. I want to know what's up.
I wanted to learn the knowledge of what you're doing with the bodies.
At minimum, you know that I was interested in the bodies for other purposes too, so you know that I'm motivated to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But desire is knowledge, specifically?
The desire is
Specifically
knowledge.
is knowledge. Yeah.
But you realize that maybe you've done something wrong again and you're not sure why. And once again, it's starting to stress you out and it's not convincing Yara. Yara, how do you respond to this? You want those corpses.
I'm going to first say, I appreciate you telling me about the first corpse. Now, where is the second corpse? This is highly beyond normal Terran protocol.
That's because it is not normal. I am currently conducting an experiment. So the second corpse is unavailable.
If the second corpse is undergoing experiments, I would like to be privy to any sort of experiments it is undergoing as the science officer of the station.
Were you not able to see the experiments through your networks that you've already applied to the biosphere?
Knowing that, I'll just look into the thing and see what she's doing.
Oh, damn, I should have just checked that.
Just adding
So-
to it, being like, you're
so,
in my room already. I'm
let's
not
call
hiding
this
anything.
let's call this a negotiation. Yara wants your findings for whatever your experiment is, in return for just like letting you be with the corpse. It sounds like that sounds like a negotiation.
Yeah, kind of so far. It's like, at least let me know what you're doing with them type thing. So what's, it's negotiation versus negotiation.
Yes.
What's your negotiation?
3 yellow.
Could we say I kind of aimed for that? Basically, that whole interaction was a little bit of an aim so I can get a boost?
Yeah, that was always allowed.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't always allowed, but I crystallized it last session or so. Okay.
For saying things, because I have an idea.
Okay, cool.
Oh, alright.
So that's 3. Not too bad. And some boost. I can recover some strain.
Yep, that's true. You recover a strain, and you succeed, so that's minimum 3 strain to Shepard. How do you want to spend the other 2 advantages and the triumph? The triumph can learn any motivation. The other 2, since you spent 1 on strain, can learn a strength or a flaw.
Thought you were going for
I want to
agenda
know
for
Shepard's
this.
flaw.
Flaw is pride.
Okay. I have to attack with lighting.
It might come off as just being a standard Titan thing, but pride within Titans as well.
Yeah, so Yara might not know exactly how to use it, but she'll probably just be trying to be like, this is the proper way to do it, or this will be more effective type thing, or like,
Yeah.
you'll get a lot more answers this way.
Yeah, I mean, Shepard is still going to be kind of like out in the open and will show you what's going on. The fear that he was going to instill was that he thought that you may have been, what's the right word? Compromised, because as you can see by looking at the experiment, it involves the Arborec. There's some hesitancy to letting you around his plants.
Ah,
Yeah,
Specifically because you nearly killed his last plant. And us.
Well, here goes the next point. So we just did our 2 rolls, and Yara's basically got the go ahead to go look at the info. So what do I see on the log info that is discernible?
there's one more thing. So that's what
One
Shepard
more
has
thing.
conceded to. You maybe haven't analyzed it in an instant, but you also have a triumph you can spend. You could either learn additional motivation or just do a critical remark right now.
I think I will do a critical remark as I'm reading through the notes, and this is going to be kind of mean, but I'll just be like, Shepard, I think I might be getting an idea of what you're trying to do. You're going to need my help if you want to do any of this.
Ooh,
I'm planting in your head that you need Yara's help for the science.
Hmm.
planting.
Ha ha ha.
I was almost going to say for a critical remark, like, you think that I'm compromised, but you're the one that got rid of the spores. So,
We
like,
still had some of the spores.
yeah, but, like, Shepard's the one that, like, cured you during that time period, so...
I
Like,
thought it was me. I thought I
Oh.
discovered the cure.
You discovered the cure, I had to administer it.
that was
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah,
Everyone was helping at that moment,
It was
I
a
think.
whole thing.
It was
Yeah.
a critical moment.
Kind of got fuzzy
But
in my head.
I think I want to go with the angle that's just like Shepard needs my help.
Okay.
Because
I think
th-
that
it's-
seems fine.
So far, yeah, it's like this is messy procedural type thing.
And
Yeah.
Shepard, so that critical remark would normally be 5 strain. I think instead we're going to use the triumph to learn the true goal of the target. And Shepard, you can reveal one aspect or facet of your agenda. Whichever one you think would make sense here.
I find that, yeah, that works. Shepard goes yellow because he's also kind of like reading your comment and taking it in for a moment, but then realizing that you're still not superior. So he's going to tell you that he has a purpose. He needs to create a better life form to bring to Elysium in order to add to the archive. If you wish to assist, that would be greatly appreciated, but he doesn't believe that you can.
Ooh. Okay. Shepard's willing to compromise in that they revealed part of their plan, but they don't want your help. I think.
Skeptical, I think, is probably the best way to describe it.
And they're probably still willing to maybe share their findings with you, even though you maybe think that Yara won't be able to do anything with that information.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of your pride coming through.
Yeah, I think the pride part is definitely one I lean into. Shepard makes comments about your previous engagements with past conflicts and interactions, and most of your tactics have been extremely risky. You're prone to hazards, which may be not quite helpful for his experiments.
Is Yara's gonna ask for examples, sort of to like as a sort of like give the examples to like then kind of debunk to kind of work through it.
Endangering oneself when entering a mindscape, endangering oneself when trying to communicate with the Arborec. I feel like there's a couple other ones, specifically being in the wrong place at the wrong time, that he could use, but I can't recall any.
Yeah, so I guess this would be
Trying to negotiate with the demolitionist Winu when they had a grenade in their hand.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only one that comes to mind offhand.
I mean,
Additionally,
Titan was gonna knock her out anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. Either who, Yara, you can either take these and we can end the scene, or you can like just say that you're offering reasoning for each of those. You don't need to go through a list, but you can try to assert yourself, and maybe we could just see through a roll how well you do that.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is like she kind of go through like some of those different aspects, like Arborec,
like okay,
biology.
well.
Also, because I think in Shepard's case, having an explanation might actually be the right way to go in the sort of case of these.
Yeah, probably.
So it's like one of them is like just you can't learn anything without taking certain risks is for the first portion of diving in. The second one with the we knew is like we had more information we could have learned if we had kept them. And then like the Arborec thing is like just lack of information. You know more about them than we did. I did not know how the Arborec actually worked yet, which is why I'm so interested in figuring out how they work. That's how science works. That's how the method works. Yada yada, and just kind of like explaining to Shepard, there's a different way of kind of doing procedures for gaining information type thing. So again, sort of going with that sort of like you have a method. There's a different way to look at this and kind of do things.
At least I was endangering myself and not other people.
Kind of, yeah. But
Shepard,
also just, like,
why don't we have
roundabout
Shepard?
Methods aren't as effective type thing too.
Sure, your methods are more direct and to the point. You're getting results in a timely manner. Shepard, why don't we do a coercion check, because you were like kind of threatening Yara with like, hey, you put yourself in danger all the time.
Yeah.
And since it was your turn versus Yara's, like in the turn order.
Against, what is coercion against?
Discipline. What's your discipline, Yara?
3 green.
Alright. None.
Nothing. And that sounds about right. We can probably end the scene here. Yara debunks all of your stuff and you're just kind of satisfied. You don't even take any strain from it. So maybe you're just like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So Yara, you've uncovered part of Shepard's agenda. Hooray. Why don't we move to Nolly? Actually, no. I have a different one that we're going to do, because we just did Nolly, and Nolly's upset. Just moving these around.
Is Sin still in the dribble ball?
Yeah, no. No, you got your gilding.
Yay!
You exit the Pokeball.
Yeah,
I
that's why I
have
was like,
discovered a new joy of rolling around, so now Sin has a new creepy movement to do.
Can I keep this? You are allowed to keep your ball.
Oh my God,
I think you
stealth.
mean Sin has a new Dark Souls boss move that they do.
Yeah.
Just roll around the arena.
Perfect.
Every Sin movement is a Dark Souls boss cutscene.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to do something with Sin, but first, let's do Zaldenrock. Let's have Zaldenrock be in let's have him be in the crew quarters. And let's say that Nolly and Thraz are like elsewhere. Alright, Zolnrock. You've just gotten out of the shower. And you're like drying yourself off, and you have been doing a lot of shower thoughts. And you head over to start recording a message. You're just in your quarters, and you're recording a message to your mentor, Quintilis. You haven't talked to them in a while, and you've been doing some self-reflection. What kind of message do you want to send to them?
Hello, Quintilis. It's been a long time. Figured I would reach out and debrief you on the current goings-ons I've experienced with the new crew I have. Some good, some not so great. Very not really accomplishing what I thought I would after my departure from the flight. Questioning my own abilities to get what the mission is accomplished. Anyway, when you read this, I will be at these coordinates, and I give them, this home base.
You give them a way to
routing
contact
ID
you
or
back,
whatever. Yeah.
like at this communication point, and put like an alert to yourself to when you get a response for it. That's probably how most of these communications are working, because we're in a secret base situation. You're like talking to a beacon, and then that beacon is sending out the message elsewhere. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Sin, you overheard this conversation, and Zaldenrock turns to get up, and you see his bright red feathers on his breast.
Oh, I pop out of the vent. Oh,
I'm gonna
hello.
spend a story point. You stumble out of the vent.
Okay.
Red.
Like a raccoon falling out of the ceiling that has been living there for a while.
Yep.
Towel,
Okay.
towel,
I
need a
do
towel,
that,
more
and
towels.
I get very, very close to your chest plumage. That's rather splendid.
It's not ideal for covert operations, unfortunately.
Understandable. So unfortunately, I was zoning out during Zaldenrock's conversation, so I have no idea what I overheard.
I was too, bud.
So-
I am scribing it, and it should be up in a second.
Okay, so
But I can reread it.
well, I also can just give you guys that the
cliff notes.
Not the cliff notes. The goal for this encounter. You guys have disparate goals. Zaldenrock, your goal is to get Sin to stop fixating on red in general, and maybe put it towards a more useful direction. Sin, your curiosity in Zaldenrock has been piqued. You want to know everything about him. I want you to uncover a piece of his backstory.
Ooh, okay.
And you guys can roll for initiative and get started. I'm going to get a glass of water and BRB.
Am I
amongst
surprised?
yourselves.
Roleplay amongst yourselves. I specifically requested it.
Is this vigilance or cool?
It's cool for Sin. It's vigilance for Zaldenrock. He wasn't expecting the vent. Okay, I'm going to BRB.
All right, Zaldenrock first, then Sin.
Okie doke.
Okay, so
You have a 7-foot Creuse, trying to nuzzle his head into your chest feathers. This is not the start of a porno.
no, never.
This is incredibly cold shower right now.
Yeah. What? Maybe you could, what is the whole fascination with the red with you? I never really asked. I kind of just let it be your thing. I probably should have asked when it almost got me killed into outer space, but I kind of ignored it.
Would this be like a charm check or a negotiation?
It sounds
Coercion,
like.
maybe. You got me
Oh,
fucking killed.
oh,
No,
yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
that was just a side.
I would say
I
either.
guess.
Like charm, if you're bending towards the more, it's for your own like good maybe, or coercion if you're like it's a threat to the team.
I guess it kind of could be to a point. I mean, it has been in the past.
Okay,
Sure.
so threat
So
to
yeah,
team.
and
So
I only have one gun on me.
No, my gun. I can't show my gun.
Yeah, this is just a raw coercion check. So what's the
what's the
whatever that's against?
It's against discipline.
Yeah, what's
okay,
your discipline?
discipline is 2 yellow, 1 green.
Oh, fairly
The hell?
disciplined.
What the hell? Everything
What
about your
the
character
hell?
says otherwise.
I have
But,
lots of
I
discipline. I
mean,
can control myself.
Yeah.
It's does Aldenrock know about his flaw being obsessive?
I don't
I mean,
think so.
everybody knows, but does he know?
So
I mean, no.
I would say that anybody who's learning other people's stuff, they should be keeping notes on that.
Ah, fair.
So I don't know.
I'll just assume I know nothing.
Yeah, we can assume that. Most of the time, you guys don't roll against each other. So this is actually an opportunity for you guys to learn those motivations of each other. Because if you use your motivations, like your allies' motivations, you could possibly help them more than normal. However, sometimes
Unless you do
Zaldenrock can
that.
just pop a vein on their forehead. You get 1 strain, Zaldenrock, my boy.
Okay. So Sin's turn. He's going to probably. You know what? He is fixated. He's gonna try and get Zaldenrock to give him a feather.
Another one? I've given you one before.
I want but
Another one.
another one. So with that, I guess a charm check or a negotiation check. If you give me another one, maybe I'll tell. Why are you red, and other Shikrai are not red? Does red have a significance amongst your people? So, I guess a negotiation check, which would be against Zaldenbrock's negotiations. So, what would that
Which
be?
is 2 green.
Okay. I'd say that this is also kind of. So, is obsession your flaw?
Obsession is my flaw.
I'm going to say that since that's what's going on here, maybe we add a setback to you.
Okay.
Just because it's your flaw that's guiding this.
It makes perfect sense. Okay, so negotiation v negotiation. I've set the difficulty.
Oh, but you succeed. So that's
Okay,
going
you're gonna give me a feather.
to. Well, at least
Why?
it deals 3 strain to Zaldenrock.
Oh, good.
I'm so sorry.
It's uncomfortable. There's a 7-foot tall
Yeah?
person asking for your feathers. Basically asking for your chest hair.
Ooh.
And they were in the vents as you were showering, so it's also
I
another
mean-
unusual thing.
It's unusual, but I'm so used to it at this point.
Yeah, it's only 3 strain, thankfully.
Yeah. All right. So now it's a matter of, with that, do I just give it to him?
I mean, you can. We could say that that's a charm.
You can also, yeah, you can charm, you can negotiate, you can decide you're feeling very vulnerable
Right,
and
okay.
antagonized and threaten me. Like,
I guess I can charm, pull one out, give it, like, start handing it to you, but then kind of pull back a little bit and be like, quid pro quo. What you need to tell me what this red affiliation is.
This fixation of yours.
This fixation is, so we could potentially maybe resolve it or turn it into a
plus
benefit and not a
yeah. Okay. Honestly, that kind of sounds like a bit of a negotiation.
Yeah, so
you did say quid pro quo, so I'm gonna call that a negotiation.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's the same as charm for me, so.
Thankfully, we know sins. It's 2, yeah.
All right, good. The two numbskull negotiators going at it.
It's okay.
We
need to put the 2 most socially awkward people in the same room.
All right, well, you know what? I'll upgrade mine with a story point. Why not?
Yeah, do it.
Well, don't call me socially awkward. I'm gonna upgrade mine with a story point.
Can he get another boost or something because he's waving around a red thing? And
yes, in fact, you're using Sin's flaw, so that adds a boost. Because you're leveraging it against him.
Right. Okay, so negotiation.
This is like a semi-crash course in this, too. So that's going to do 3 strain to Sin. And you can learn Sin's strength. I think you know their flaw.
Right.
But you can learn their strength.
Right, because if I want to use this potential flaw and turn it into a strength, I need to know what their actual strength is.
Yeah.
Okay. Sin is his greatest strength is his curiosity. Everything is so new and fascinating, might as well make the best of it. It's linked to a sense of optimism, but it's also a deliberate choice to not succumb to despair and horror.
Okay, Jack Skellington.
Oh.
What's this?
Exactly.
Okay, so you learned that it stems from a bit of curiosity. All right, Sin, how do you respond to this? He's asked you, like, where this stems, like, where your flaw stems from, where the obsession started. You maybe don't have to answer him if you're defensive about it.
Except the thing is that this is why I keep track of character affection. Sin really likes Zaldenrock and trusts him.
There you go.
Basically has sworn his sword to him. So he's going to confide. It's like, but Sin is going to sort of like creep back and stop being such an overt creeper and say, it's the Archeron disaster. I was there. I was tainted by the Mahakt. But they managed to bring me back, but not all the way. I'm not right. Well, my mission, my task, is to try and find others who were affected like I am. Others that became crimson. And capture them and bring them to Homeworld so they can try and figure out how to counter the Mahakt threat. That's why it's red. It's what I remember, it's what I was, but it's what I need to be, and it's so distracting. I don't want to go back there.
No, I don't either. I was there too. Well, not actually, I wasn't. I was holographically transported there, and I kicked so much ass.
That sounds spectacular.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened if I was there.
I wish we had been.
Actually, you know what? No, it probably would have ended up the same.
It was very terrifying. I wish you could have stopped it, but I'm also glad that you were not hurt.
Wait, how many years ago was that?
I just looked it up. It's 5 years ago.
5, yeah.
Oh, it was 5.
Yep.
So I don't think I was there, though. For some reason, I always think it's like 50 or something, but...
Yep, it's a lot sooner than you would think.
Yeah.
It is...
Pretty fresh.
It is like one election cycle plus a year.
Oh, God,
away.
so too long. Got it.
Yes, the disaster happened that much time ago.
Yeah,
you
I don't
you
think
probably
canonically.
weren't there,
No, I wasn't. I know that.
but you definitely you remember the day that it happened.
Yeah, it was like our real Earth 9/11.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
right, as far
the
as
fact that you
trailers.
weren't there to stop it is probably part of the trauma, and the fact that you were that you are now like a lone wolf. Oh, if
Right.
I was there, I could have done something.
Right, yeah.
Like in the
I
Fear
wouldn't have
One
been
shot.
held off by bureaucracy and protocols and
The only reason it happened was because I wasn't there.
yeah, exactly. And it was proven in the holodeck. I killed so many.
That's right.
And even though more of them came, it doesn't matter. I killed like 5.
So, Sin, I think that your heartfelt story should probably be a charm check
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
against Zonrock's cool.
oh, that's better.
What's your cool?
2 yellows.
Nice.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody's got 2 yellow cool.
Because everybody was like, oh, this is what we get to recover strain, and I don't want to be a nerd and get discipline.
And initiative.
And initiative.
That's the main reason.
Okay.
Did I do that right? Or
Yeah, you did. There's a boost for some reason.
oh, because of my gilding.
Oh.
It was
It is
gives
cool.
me boosts. Yes, it gives me bonuses, a boost to certain social checks.
Well, it doesn't
It's
seem to
much,
affect in this
but
case. It's kind of dark, I guess, but
Shiny.
just because you got a 0 on the boost.
Mhm.
So you succeed, so let's deal 3 strain to Zaldenrock. It brings up painful
Let's do that.
non-memories of your inaction and inadequacy. So maybe that's how that comes across. Interesting. So Zaldenrock, you've also in this way uncovered a bit of Sin's agenda. You now know why Sin does what they do and what their duties are.
right. Now, how do I spin that so that you don't press every red button you see?
Liability?
You could tie it to because you know he's curious. You could probably tie it to what would it feel like if you resisted this? Maybe it's a new frontier and an opportunity for further development.
Right, maybe if instead of going and grabbing the thing immediately, instead you hold back a little bit and do some research before you actually just pounce on your reflexes or whatever.
Exactly.
Something to that effect.
You can be curious about something, but not need to grab it and touch it.
Right. Like when I'm in the field, I'm curious about a lot of things of what I'm patrolling, whatever, but I don't immediately go right into the action and well, except for one time. But,
Well, except for that one time when I did.
You don't want to pick
but
up something
that
and
was
just put it in your
Hawk
mouth.
related. It was I wait, I surveil, I wait for the opportune time, and then once you have all your cards in order, then you can play your hand.
I think if you shared
Something like that.
if you share some vulnerability about the fact that you have shot at first in the wrong, you've pulled the trigger when you shouldn't have, maybe that'll empathize with Sin.
Yeah, maybe
and I would give you a boost with that.
Yeah, let's just say, back when we were on Valhalla, I immediately shot at that Mahakt. In the time, I was 100% sure it was the correct decision because they cannot be trifled with. Then as soon as we became overwhelmed by all the forces that they had immediately, and I realized that the party was in risk, after the fact, I questioned whether it was the correct decision.
Huh. Interesting. Never considered that.
Yeah, what is that?
What's the role?
Yeah, negotiation?
I think negotiation.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
You're trying to maybe leadership?
That's
Would-
what I was looking at, but I'm like, yeah.
Does
Yeah,
that
be.
sound
Go
like
for
it?
it.
Because you're like trying to
You're giving
like guide
advice.
somebody.
It's like coaching.
yeah, you're coaching. That we'll call it that. So we'll do leadership.
Yeah, so leadership, and then what is that again?
It's versus discipline. So again,
God. 2 reds per, and then a boost, you said?
yes, a boost because you're sharing,
Alright.
you're opening up about something.
And it's not gonna end well, but I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, okay. That's a roll.
A despair.
And
You
a
know what?
success.
That can reveal a motivation. So Sin, you could learn anything you want about Zaldenrock from his story,
Good.
but you are going to take 3 more strain.
I would like to know his flaw.
Oh, yeah. Intolerance.
I saw that Mahakt, and I was just like, that bitch,
It's in
different
the
race
book.
than me. Hate that
That's
guy.
one of them. It's
Everyone's
more-
learning so much about Zaldenrock this session.
Yeah,
it's
I love
more
it.
of intolerance for the Sheikrai's inaptitude to secure the gate.
So he's not racist. He has high
He's-
standards.
No.
He's biased against the methods of the Sheikrai, or the Argent Flight in particular.
Right.
Sheikrai is the race, Argent Flight
Yeah.
is the faction. So maybe you assume whenever you see a Sheikrai, oh great, one of these guys, they're going to be all,
One of these
rigid.
Argent players, they're gonna want to work as a team. And
Yeah. They have that little hand flaps.
Yeah, I go
Wait.
and I try and pull my gun out against the Mahawk, and they're like, "You're not part of the Turbo team."
you can't do that.
Sorry, I had to put it in terms Shane could understand. So,
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not a fighter.
thank you. Cool. So, Sin, you take 3 strain. You learn his flaw is his intolerance of the Argent Flight and their methods. So maybe he explains it a little, like,
Yeah, it's. I was gonna say, yeah, I explained that, but then I was like, oh wait, maybe they don't know that. Yeah, it's basically the whole like, oh, there's a lot of bureaucracy. You have to go by the book. Everybody needs to know how to do essentially every position instead of getting one person extremely good at that position. They're like, oh, well, you need to learn these 5 other things. So we're not gonna make you an expert at this. We're gonna make you good at it, but you also need to be good at 5 other things. And I'm like, but I'm really good at this thing. Use me for this one thing.
Okay. Yeah. So too much protocol gets in the way of the mission.
yeah.
Okay. And I have added to the spreadsheet, so I'm keeping track now.
Okay. You guys are pretty close to both conceding, or like
Right.
like offering compromise.
Yeah.
And I think things have reached maybe a bit of a conclusion.
A
'Cause you
dual
guys-
compromise or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So perhaps we just say that this is a everybody wins. Sin, you've found a way to direct your obsession to more of a curiosity, because it could endanger the team. And Zaldenrock, you've learned one of Sin's like agendas. So there's that.
And his tragic backstory. Yay!
And his tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Kind of both of you have. We'll call this a success, even though nobody
And
overflowed.
but it also means that Sin is going to appreciate the chest fluff and not take the chest fluff. He's going to go back
Yeah.
into the vent and leave Zaldenrock alone.
Sin-
Take this one. It'll hold you over. I already
I was-
pulled it out. You might as well take it.
I can't put it back.
Doing it anyway.
Oh,
I can't put it back.
Saldenrock remains having a full chest of feathers instead of being plucked like a chicken ready for a meal.
Sin kind of puts the feather inside of like their face shield, like visor, and then like crawls like Gollum it back into the piping. And then you hear just a distant "thank you" echoing through the vents.
Important question.
Yes.
They put the feather in their hat, but what do they call it? Is it macaroni?
Farfalla.
Sorry.
excellent Yankee Doodle. Well done.
Yeah,
Ah.
sorry. Please proceed. Please proceed.
You can't keep getting XP, Nolly, just for making
You already
puns.
had your mac and cheese. You don't need any more noodles. And you have a noodle.
And have your mac and cheese and eat it too.
And eat it too. All right, Nolly. Let's do Nolly next.
Sure.
Let's say.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know I told you what vignette I want to have as Nolly, but you also mentioned that you wanted to push Nolly trying to get a Hakan weapon off to later. Was that like later this session, or was that later like next session?
Later this session.
Okay. So I will leave it up to you whether or not that happens before the vignette or not.
Okay. I was gonna have it happen towards the end. Do you want it before sparring? 'Cause I know that was a request.
It's not critical. I guess it would maybe affect it, but it's maybe not that critical. If you had something Thraz-wise you really wanted to hang on to until the end of the session, then we could certainly hang on to it till the end.
We can just do it now. They're both Nolly themed.
Okay.
All right, Nolly. You wanted to find Thraz. You asked the computer where they are. The AI tells you that they're in the sensor array, I guess. So let's put them over there. Yippee.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in and you hear Thraz talking to somebody, apparently on direct communications, because they do appear to be talking back to them. So let's say, how do you want to approach this? Do you just want to overhear them and like try to hide yourself? Do you just want to interrupt him? Or do you just want to come in and like watch and not hide yourself at all? I'm giving you the opportunity to find out what you want to do.
I think Nolly would try and keep herself unseen and overhear what Thraz is saying.
Like a curious little child.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been really trying to get this thing going, and I'm trying to, I just wanted to see how you were doing, Ziel. And the voice coming in from the other side of the communication sounds female. It sounds like kind of humanish. It doesn't sound like one of the other kind of weird species. And she says, Thraz, come on. There's no way you're contacting me just out of the blue. It's been years. No, please, Ziel, don't hang up. I just want your help, and I can make it worth your while. I know that you cannot find cheap ships with your connections to the Mentak, so I was hoping maybe we could get our hands on a cheap stellar transport. Looking for something with like mining lasers and stuff attached to it, if you could throw those in. And the person on the other line is like getting exasperated. I'm gonna roll for Thraz because he's trying to buy something right now. And he's trying to get something that is rarity 4. So he will need to make a checkaroo. Why don't I have you also make a stealth check, perhaps?
Yeah. What is his vigilance?
Oh, damn, I still need to answer questions. His vigilance is 1.
Okay.
I'll say...
And they're...
I'll give a setback as well, because he has a familiar, which I never bring up. I forgot about it.
And there's also 2 failures on this as well.
2 failures? Why?
Because of Nolly's covert armored skin.
Oh, 2 successes. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He's not trying to perceive me. I'm trying to be stealthy, so I get 2 successes.
Yes.
It's if he's trying to perceive me, it flips the other way. Okay. So 1 setback, 1 purple, and then I make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make his negotiation to try and get this. Okay, succeeded. Awesome. And I'm going to use a story point. Awesome. Okay, so you succeeded. I'm going to let you recover a strain with that.
I actually, instead of recovering a strain, could she notice something advantageous?
Oh.
If you have a pocket for that, then I would rather do that.
Sure. You look on, and you can see that there is an actual visual on the screen.
Okay, cool.
And you recognize the species. The species is a Gantar. I hope I got that right. Gandar, sorry. I'll spell it in the chat. The Gandar are some of the original members of the Mentak. They kind of have... it's not visible here very easily, mainly because there's no illustrations of like the Gandar, but I'm going to say that they have like these frills on the side of their head underneath. This one's covered by hair. So that's something advantageous that you learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's remove your setback as well. The person relents, this ZL lady. Fine. I'll see what I can do. What's your budget? 35,000? You're really me driving me up the creek here, Braz. But I think I got something. I'll get back to you, okay? How are things? More or less. With a new crew now. They're not bad. Little, antsy. Things are a bit tweaked right now, but I think they're fine. We'll see if that pans out. Okay, well, I wasn't actually interested. That's fine, ZL. Just do what you said. And he just turns off the receiver and just slumps back in his chair. Gods.
And then Nolly steps out from behind where she was lurking and steps quite loudly into the room.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies!
Hey, Threz, how's you been relaxing in the time before the mission?
Yep. Just taking care of some things. What can I do you for?
Yeah. Oh, I noticed you did a little shopping, reached out and got some contacts. That's a really nice pistol you got there.
He for a moment thinks that you overheard, and he slips for a little. Oh, yes, this beam pistol. I know that we've come across some, and I could have just grabbed any, but I prefer Hakan make. They're just better quality, you know? I trust it better.
Yeah, wow. Can I hold it for a little bit?
Knock yourself out, kid. I mean, you've got plenty of experience with firearms from what I've seen.
Yeah, Nolly holds it and sort of tilts it around, looks at the gold and brass inlay and the red and blue opals that are sort of placed at various locations on it for visual appeal. She's like,
I see it as like an opal finish, almost.
oh yeah, almost like how there's
opalescent.
wood on a grip. There's sections of opal on the outside.
Yeah, so it's like wood that's got like this polish over it, and it is like an oil or something. Either way, he kind of holds out his hand. Careful, there's a hair trigger. Safety's on, but just careful.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wow. Your people, they know how to make quality things. Sure would be nice to have something like that.
And you actually noticed that when she walked in, she has something slung over her shoulder, like a large boxy thing.
What brings you out here to the sensor array? And it's like a small room that only really fits one spinny chair.
Yeah. Oh, well, she kind of rubs her head a little bit.
Well, I kind of wanted to come looking for you because I'm gonna need a new weapon because
And she unslings it from her shoulder and puts it down, and it's the Veribui, but it's all sort of folded up and compacted. The arms are crossed over, and it has a little carry strap over the side.
I don't want this anymore. it makes me think of her.
Child. Okay. Let's see. That's really. What's bothering you? Come sit on Thraz's knee. He's very awkward around children.
Nope.
I know
She looks at him and raises her eyebrow.
I'm
you are
not a child.
Soul. It's difficult. I am Hakan. You are Soul. I don't know how old you are. What's bothering you, Nolly?
She looks at him and raises an eyebrow.
I'm not a child. I'm 16.
I don't know what
Anyway.
that means.
I have no frame of reference.
I have no frame of reference. He's gonna try a charm check to like see if he can pull what's wrong out of you. He's trying to. He is awkward around kids, but he's trying to use it to be affable and disarm you or whatever. So, what is your cool?
Yellow, yellow. So red, red.
Red.
Everybody's in the red club.
Everybody's in the red club. Say what? A triumph and a threat. That is not a success, notably. So he can't remark you, but he could learn something about you. He would like to learn, let's see, he can use your strength or desire, because he has a new ability that does that. I think he wants to learn your desire, because that's harder to learn.
Yeah, Shepard learned it, and now Thraz has learned it. It is belonging. I don't have a family, or at least one I can remember. It's up to me to make a new one.
Okay. He sees your indignance about being a child and is like, he tries to like amend his position, but he still takes a strain from the mistake.
And in particular, maybe he pieces together when she says, like, it reminds me of her. He's like, oh, she means Marcel, the person who said she was her sister. She clearly cares a lot about that.
Sure. You can have a turn to try to like maybe get something out of Thraz as like a defense or something.
Yeah, maybe. Let's, what would she do in this scenario? She would maybe say, like, something
like maybe describe the weapon that she's looking for.
Yeah, she'd basically say something as like, well, I don't want this thing anymore because, and she like tips it around in her hands and sort of like rubs the like scratched parts on the knuckles of the Verbui. I don't like what I did with it, but I'm not good with swords or blades. I need to use my hands, so I need something high quality, something as good as this, but that just, fits on my hands. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe that's charm. Try to charm something out of him.
Okay. Yeah. His cool, I believe, is 1 purple, 2 red.
All right, let's use a story point. Why not to go for an upgrade on this?
Hey, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Oh, success. So it's going to deal 3 to Thraz, and you can spend that however you want. Ooh.
I already did the advantageous, so I'll take the strain recovery.
Okay. I'm going to say that maybe your story point is like, do you think you could talk to that Gandar that you were talking to, and maybe they have something? He's like almost at full strain, so he's like sweating. You saw that. We can get you some. And what kind of weapon were you looking for? The snub gauntlets?
Yeah, she's looking for some Hakan snub gauntlets.
Yeah, I mean, they have connections to the Hakan. I did work with them in the past. You don't need to worry yourself with contacting them. I can do it on your behalf. I'll get you some Hakan snub gauntlets. Those should get the job done without being a bulky Viribuai like you'd see some sort of Sar scrapper with, like, on the back of an asteroid or whatever. Honestly, I thought it looked a little cumbersome on you. This is much more elegant.
Yeah, this thing, it's part of who I was, and I think I want to be someone different.
And after this, smash cut forward very small scene to when she gets them, yeah, it like comes in like a nice, very fine wooden box. And when you open it, they're on like little sort of hand molds. And what it actually looks like is it looks like cloth boxers wraps. It's like very fine cream colored cloth with like dark brown trim on the
Pretty.
outside. But when you actually look closely at it, it has very fine gold and brass weave in between the cloth, and that's actually the kinetic energy storage matrix in it. So when she like finishes wrapping her hands, it just kind of looks like cloth boxers wraps, but she like bops her knuckles together and they bounce away from each other harder than she touched them together to like check. Just a little.
Awesome.
Sparring.
Um,
Sparring.
yeah, we can get to that pretty soon.
Fight.
So what you've uncovered here is that Thraz was buying a stellar transport.
Yeah.
So that is like a carrier vehicle, and he was asking for mining lasers as well. That's a very expensive purchase. It looks like this contact in the Mentak coalition is willing to fence him. It seems to be somebody that he knows well from his past, so he probably has dealt with the Mentak before. You've uncovered him working on his agenda and a tad of his past.
Nice.
And he learned your desire, so now he can help you by encouraging you to fit in, or telling you that you fit in with the crew whenever he uses his inspiration on you. All right.
You belong.
We have one more before before your sparring day, Nolly. Sin. Is Yara back? I know Yara just went BRB.
Guess not.
Guess not. Okay. Then we smash cut to Nolly once again.
Yes.
So Nolly, once Thraz like leaves the room for this, you maybe are like contacting or sending a message out to Gilby. In a few days they get back to you. And you were what was your message to them? I know vaguely.
Her message was generally in the realm of like, hey Gilby, reaching out, I know you've got training in the Federation military. Things on our missions are starting to get pretty hot, and I think I need to know how to do a little bit more than just flailing around with my fists. I'd love it if you could teach me some of the Federation combat techniques. Let me know if you have the time or what info or resources you could send me.
Okay, well, Gilby's back. Or at least he sends message back. Good to hear from you, lass. I've been off world for a bit, on daring, intrepid adventures as a mercenary. But I'll tell you what, I can help you. Here. I've sent along in this message, some soul combat drills. It's standard issue. The way that they do their training, it's very bog standard, but very useful. And I'm sure that you'll get something out of it. There's plenty of hand-to-hand stuff going on. Anyway, I have to go off and do some missions. When it's done, I can talk about it. But for now, just hang tight. I slipped into Thraz. I back-slipped into Thraz.
Just think, David.
But for now, just hang tight. And I wish you well in your training exercise. Toodles!
Great. Thanks so much, Gilby.
He cannot hear you. That was a one-way response. Days later.
Yeah. And I get some, this message will self-destruct in, 10 days or whatever.
So, you can't really meet with him, but he has given you a training manual. And I think it's time for you to find Krav.
Yeah. Yeah. Prior to this, Krav, you are presumably this is sometime when you are in your quarters. You hear a knock at the door.
Oh, I was going to say he was repairing his poniards in the armory.
Oh, that's also fine.
Krav, do you want to repair your poniards?
Yeah, I already made the roll for it, but yeah, sure.
Sure, we can say that this is when you did it. And I assume it was successful.
Yeah, because it automatically succeeds. It's just 1 point of repair.
Oh,
yeah.
you used the little slap patch.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice.
All right, so Nolly finds you, having just repaired your poniards.
Yeah. Nolly walks in and maybe like just a little like to announce herself. And is like, Captain, permission to air a request.
Kind of like cock my eyebrows, like granted.
Seeing as our next mission will be engaging with the Hakan and certain sub-factions of the Letnev, who are known to train well with bladed weapons, I would like to ask for your assistance in training to defend against bladed weapons. I'm not very good with a blade myself, so I need to know ways to deflect them with my hands. I was hoping you would help now that your poniards are fixed.
I'm gonna. There's like I'm gonna be like kind of like weirdly looking at her, kind of hesitantly. It's like, you know what? This is the first time you've actually requested me of anything. Granted.
I can use this later. But that's
Right,
nice.
I'll go ahead to the training facility. I'm already ready to go.
All right.
Nolly,
Like,
we'll say you have your snuff gauntlets by now. It's been a few days.
Yeah. Yeah. She keeps them wrapped on her hands.
I don't want to actually use my swords because I don't want to accidentally stab the kid.
Maybe in the training facility, maybe there's like
just 2 sticks. 2 sticks would be fine.
Absolutely.
Sure. Or maybe there's like force dampeners or something. Like Nolly, maybe she dials down the force amplification on her gauntlets or something.
No, crank it up. Let's see if I die.
I can take it, he said pridefully. Also, what was the rarity on your snub gauntlets?
They are rarity 6. It's rarity 4, but +2 because they're Hakan make.
Okay. I'll just roll for Thraz really quick, just to make sure. Yeah, we're kosher.
Okay.
In character, reason why I want her to like keep it cranked up is because I want her to be familiar with the actual like what it feels to fight with it.
Yeah, use your full strength, Buffy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Training is meaningless if it's just play fighting. Like I personally like I'm not doing this for myself. So I'm gonna fight with a stick, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I know that you guys had stuff planned for this encounter. You can follow through with that. Otherwise, the goal of this is just to uncover a piece of each other's backstory, probably. And I'd say that you could substitute combat checks for it.
So, given all that's happened, I want to add a kind of like with Harrison's permission, I want to add a kind of like a writer to the what I want is like my goal with the fight is to basically try to see if I can trigger the other personality like switch, and to kind of either make the switches seamless or not happen at all. Basically, enforce some level of discipline so there is less panic in the combat situation. Either Nolly herself becomes more calm, or the program itself like takes over more coherently, and like like there is no like weirdness to it.
Maybe we say that you're trying to coerce Rasa out during the fight.
It's either he's trying to coerce Rasa out, or he's trying to teach Nolly to not let Rasa take over and only allow her to take over at specific
I'm basically
times.
trying to stress her out so that to make sure that she doesn't transform, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay, yeah, you're trying to get Nolly to resist Rasa switching on.
I think this could be an alternation of like coercion and leadership checks.
Yeah. Whichever you prefer.
And
no,
maybe Nolly goes with combat checks.
Yeah,
We'll feel it out. We'll
vibe it out.
Yeah, as like Krav is like bloody nosed and whatever, Nolly's just freaking out. I'd like to see the results.
If my skull gets caved in, that's another panic moment. Like, it's a story thing. We could go either way.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so maybe before we do any rolls, something that Nolly is just going to open up with, like maybe they're like, and I have things on the soundboard for this. Maybe they're, we're starting off. Oh, actually, I have a question for you, C. What is the Letnev like fighting style? What does it look like?
Ooh.
So it says the pointers are used more like a training exercise type thing, like a semi-meditative thing. So I'm thinking like Tai Chi.
Is very like graceful deflections and stuff like that.
And very
Yeah.
controlled.
Yeah, it's supposed to be I want to say like a combination of like Tai Chi and like the Japanese like Nitoryu, because like the two swords.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking like a combination of that. Basically, the entire focus is to have focus on it. And it's mostly like a meditative exercise more than anything.
Yeah, nice. And okay, yeah. So Krav is like coming at Nolly with the sticks, and she's using her forearms and her palms to deflect, and they're fighting, etc.
Goodness.
My volume.
Scared the shit out of me.
That's how it feels, Chris.
Yeah, and as you guys are fighting during like sort of breaks between sort of volleys of attacks, Nolly pauses for a second and she's like, I wanted to say I'm sorry, because I've been doing some research on the Hakan and the Letnev to prepare for this mission, and I found out that names mean a lot to the Letnev. And in fact, referring to one Letnev as only their first name is considered a grave insult, unless you're a very close friend. And I'm not stupid enough anymore to believe that you're a close friend, so I'm sorry, Krov Sida Olergoat.
Okay, I gotta jab her with a stick pretty hard.
Yeah.
Really like
How dare you
Not
use
get
my
dis-
full name?
no, it's more like do
I
not
know.
get distracted.
Yeah. I figured that was the case. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we do a combat check for that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nolly, combat check Krav. The standard melee is 2 difficulty, but Krav, what is your defense?
Melee defense is 2.
Okay, so you add 2 setbacks, Nolly.
Okay, 2 and 2 setbacks. And do you have duelist? Does that affect when I'm attacking you, or is that all rolled in right now?
It only affects me attacking.
Okay,
So
cool.
so it doesn't matter to you.
Okay. Okay, so 2 perks, 2 setbacks. Let's roll. Okay. Just advantage. Oh no, I can only do knockdown if I hit. So like basically nothing happens. We're just locked, like parrying and knocking each other back.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna if I want to like do more like lessons, okay, I'm gonna just like your friends have names, your enemy does not, and then I'm gonna like attack. I'm gonna poke at her again.
Yeah. Why don't you do a combat check against me and we'll see.
Okay. What is your defense?
2.
You could also try coercion. Like, I'm going to allow that in this case because you're trying to
Oh, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Because you're trying to stress Nolly out, right?
Yeah, or discipline, like either one, whatever is good. Actually, can I do leadership since I'm trying to teach a quote unquote lesson?
Yeah, go ahead. Leadership
Okay.
is against discipline still. So,
Yes, so-
having Nolly's discipline on hand and Nolly having Krov's defenses on hand will probably be the default for all your rolls.
Okay, so what's the discipline?
2 reds, 2 purples.
Oh, this actually might be a challenge. Okay.
No, there we go.
Not for Krov.
It's like focus on the task at hand. Your weakness is that you're distracted. I'm gonna like smack her in the thigh. It's
Ooh.
again distracted.
Jackie.
Nolly goes down for a second. You can also uncover one of Nolly's motivations if you'd like, Krov.
Yeah, let's go with. You know what? Let's go with strength.
Nolly's strength is she is adaptable.
That could be used.
All right, Nolly.
Yeah. Nolly comes back with. She gets back off of her after being knocked down by the slap to the thigh. Puts her hands back up. Yeah, well, you're neither my enemy nor my friend, as we established. You're just teaching me and training me. You're a co-worker. What does Croftside even mean anyway? Why did you change your name to that?
Maybe Nolly shows some adaptability here by using an untraditional method in this attack.
That seems reasonable.
Maybe you use your talent to use a different skill.
Yeah, maybe she claps back. with
Driving.
a-
Smacks him with the car.
I will use discipline against. I'll use discipline to attack him, I guess. Yeah. All right, so I will just roll discipline, and then we've seen what the snub gauntlets have above there. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I did coercion instead, actually. It's the same dice. It's the same dice as discipline.
Yeah,
so-
okay.
Okay, we'll still call it discipline. Maybe you use the discipline of using Gilby's training to try one of the moves, and it doesn't hit,
Yeah.
but it shows Krav that you are very adaptable and using like a unique method that you've never used before.
Yeah.
Uppercut like whizzes past my nose or something.
Yeah, this is like Krav is like going in for like one of the standard sort of very flowing, elegant attacks, and Nolly in the moment is like, yeah, the Letnev combat technique is very elegant and formal, but Federation human combat techniques are scrappy. You leave nothing on the table, and she like kicks him in the knee and then goes for an uppercut, and you barely get out of the way.
But I have studied the soul methods.
Yeah, is it
Let's.
like
So
I am familiar.
I'm familiar. I've lived for a long time. I've fought many soul. So you got a triumph and 2 advantages. You can learn a strength or flaw of Krov's, and then learn anything else.
I would like to learn. Let's see. I would like to learn Krov's strength and then his fear.
Ooh.
Okay, fear is failure. Strength. Okay, so strength I made it as independent, but this was the thing that I was kind of like after our talk, I kind of wanted to change because of the. You're talking about trust before, and I wasn't sure. I haven't actually made the change yet, but you know, just put independent. It's like
Okay.
it's part of my stubbornness. Like I don't want to rely on others. It'll probably end up changing later down the arc, but for now, just put the independent for strength.
Okay. Got it. All right. She
And-
has asked, what does Krovside mean?
And you also asked for the fear, I think.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
Fear is failure.
Fear is
Yes, I
failure.
did put that down.
Okay, cool. I didn't hear. And yes, that is what Nolly just asked, what your name means.
It's the blood of my sister. It's the one that's dead, and among many that I know, but it's the frankly only one that I care. And I gotta try to smack her.
Nice.
Frustrated.
Maybe this is a coercion check. Doesn't seem like you're leading in this case.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to scare this little girl. They could be your younger sister if they were, you know, hundreds of years older.
I'm not that
Sorry, dozens of years older, maybe.
yeah, they didn't specify age, surprisingly. So like
My
I just
assumption
figured
is that they live maybe twice the length of humans or something.
twice. Okay, that's reasonable. Okay. Okay, I definitely fail.
Wow. So that's 2 strain to yourself, Krav. Maybe the memory is harming you more than you realized.
Oh yeah, it's definitely upsetting me.
And apparently, you can either Nolly, you could learn his desire, or you could have him reveal his true goal in this encounter.
Ooh, I think actually the true goal is more fun.
Yeah, you discover that he's trying to pull out the other you.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, to stop her from like.
Yeah, to stop her
Sorry,
from
to
pulling.
discipline the other one.
Yes.
Yeah. To put pressure until the threshold is discovered.
You're trying to find that threshold.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Krav lets this slip in his as he's going.
Like I'm basically muttering like okay, how much further?
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. Nolly, how about you?
Nolly, she drops her guard momentarily and is like, "Wait, you had a sister too? I didn't know. Wait, what happened to her?"
And then from the kneeling position, I'm gonna try one more attack.
Okay, let me make my check first, because I think this is actually going to be a non-combat check.
Yeah.
This is maybe like charm, I guess, probably.
Yeah. That's what is the charm against?
Cool. That might be weak for Krav, because Krav probably stacks discipline.
Oh wait, no. That's
But it is 4. That's useful.
Okay, 4 perps. And
Yeah.
then I will roll charm against. Nope, nothing.
Okay,
That's
so
2 strain to you, Nolly.
the reason
and-
the strain happens is because I attack.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because I attacked. Gotta keep on your feet.
Haha!
Then you can spend that advantage how you want, Nolly.
Yeah, I just did a strain recovery with it, I guess. You know what? Actually, no. Let me. Is there something critical, something important I can notice?
I don't know.
Oh wait, this is a combat encounter though, more than a social. So, no, yes. Notice something advantageous.
I don't know what you can notice in this situation,
all right.
ma'am.
I'll just recover the strain. Okay, we can go to your roll.
Okay. Basically, I'm like I gotta try to like redirect the subject. It's like dead, like you will be if you get distracted, and jab.
Yeah.
So coercion maybe or leadership, whichever.
Whichever you choose.
Since this involves pain, I gotta say coercion.
That sounds more reasonable to me.
Why the fuck does it keep repeating this song? I don't have it on repeat. What is wrong with you?
Because we're fighting in Kamurocho.
I guess.
So I whiff, and it's like I think to myself like, okay, this is not working. This child is like, it's obviously like very adept at fighting, even if she's like undisciplined. So it's like, I'm kind of concerned. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get a strain because I'm getting concerned about like how much did like the Nalu put in her.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. It certainly can't be your own failings as a fighter. It has to be something the Nalu did.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she is like doing like 2 perps and like 2 reds. It's like
I know. I'm just like trying to justify it in a Letnev way.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
I have a question. Do you guys want to continue this? Because I have another thing that I can add to this to further the scene, but I'm not going to do it unless you guys are complete in what you were trying to do.
I would like to try one more combat check to see if it works out and see if I get a thing that I have in my head.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I have difficulty, I have your defense. I'm just gonna roll with some snub gauntlets. We'll see if this goes correctly.
Oh yeah, it goes correctly.
You landed a blow.
Okay. Yeah. As we're sort of pairing, Nolly eventually slips inside your guard and just slams a fist into the center of your chest and knocks you back.
All right.
As you go skidding back on your heels, Nolly says, "I know what you're trying to do here, and as long as Rasa doesn't consider you a threat, you're fine. But as soon as Rasa thinks that you're a threat to my survival,
Everything's off the table. I don't want to hurt you, Krav.
Okay, how much damage does Krav take? And also, Krav, do you want to learn Nolly's desire or fear?
Let's learn let's learn the fear concretely.
Yeah. Her fear is isolation.
She maybe says something about friendship to that effect or something.
Oh, the superior is not factoring.
It's not factoring in.
Yeah. So there's one less threat here.
That's fine.
Well, superior adds a boost, doesn't it?
No, superior adds an advantage.
Oh,
I think. Let me
it does.
look again.
It does. You're right.
Okay. Yeah.
I probably had listed it wrong on Thraz's new weapon. Anywho, that sounds fine. Maybe does that satisfy you, Krav, for your experiment?
Yeah. Okay.
And you take 5 damage minus your soak.
Okay. That's 5 minus. Okay, good too. That's good. Like I'll be like, okay. It's like noted. And
If you guys don't have anything else, I was gonna spend a story point and have Shepard enter the room and see you guys training.
ah, fuck this guy. Tense stress.
Shepard.
Is this hold on? Is this a new thing? Can I get rid of my strain?
Yeah, that was
Okay, good.
from way back when.
Just making sure they're gonna say one horrible comment and I'm gonna collapse.
Oh, look
Ew,
at this idiot.
guy.
Oh!
Pretty much. All right, what do you want me to do?
Well, you said you wanted to spar with Nolly, and they are currently sparring with Krav. You saw Nolly in the training facility and decided to come investigate.
Would you like to attempt to push the limits of your new abilities?
All right, sure. I can try and blow off some steam. It's all right. Fine. Square up.
I'm just gonna have you guys do one check each because we're at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just squares up. You see all of, like, his muscles start shifting, so that way the plates kind of go to the outside and create like a defensive barrier. So he's just ready to get pummeled.
Yeah. Does Shepard have any defense, like by default?
No.
Okay.
Only
so
soak.
this is just 2 difficulty. And then you know what? I'm just gonna roll Brawl, because I have the 1 advantage keyed in on Brawl for the superior weapon. I'll figure out later how to actually get it to show up.
Should be +1A, I think, for advantage, but
Yeah, I have the 1A in the mods on Brawl, but it didn't happen when I rolled from the weapon page. But like the snub gauntlets is already in the chat, so I'll just roll from Brawl.
That was for just getting rid of stuff.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm a natural.
oh, you
I can
is that
re-roll
a
Brawl.
oh.
I can re-roll. Nolly is a natural at Brawl and Piloting, so once per session, I can re-roll one of those skills. Right? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Yes,
We'll just
natural,
let you.
Piloting and Brawl. Yes.
Yeah, we'll just let you do it.
And I will just spend I'll spend a story point to get an upgrade on this as well.
Oop.
All right. Excellent. So yeah, now you sort of like sturdy yourself. You're standing there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 on linked and 1 on knockdown for these advantages. So what ends up happening, you like sturdy yourself. You stand there, you steady, and Nolly moves in way quicker than you're expected, and than you're expecting. And in just the span of a few seconds, knocks out both your knees and delivers 2 swift punches to the center of your chest, and you topple over. You
Yeah.
take total 10 damage, but you can apply your soak, so it's 5 minus soak, 5 minus soak.
Which I think is 0 still.
0.
Yeah, but you are knocked prone.
Shepard is knocked prone and doesn't take any structural damage, but it is quite a hard hit. Krav maybe sees this and is like, well, I guess I shouldn't be that disappointed that they landed a blow on me because I didn't fall over.
Who's bigger?
Didn't even damage him. Shepard, do you want to clap back, or was that enough training for you?
I would be afraid to harm, so I would not strike.
That was a good job,
Unless you-
Nolly.
Actually, what I could do is I'm gonna do bodyguard. So I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna say do it again. This time, if she attacks, I'm going to upgrade the difficulty of the strike.
Okay.
You're bodyguarding yourself.
Yeah, I'm
In a
not sure
sense,
how
yeah.
the text works, but
It says choose one ally engaged with your character.
which would be someone other than you.
Oh, it's only it's only targeting the ally. It's
Yeah,
not
because you're a
both.
bodyguard.
Yeah,
You can't bodyguard yourself.
Well, it's still like
Okay,
it's
so
the idea
defense-
that like you're increasing like the difficulty. It's still the shield, but it's because I'm applying it to someone else.
All right. Good night.
Good night,
Good night,
Dan.
Yara. Good night, Dan.
Night.
We are probably gonna finish this up with one statement. So, we're gonna get proximity alert. In Riftwatch, there is an approaching Creuse vessel, a cruiser, Phantasma Cadmus class. They announced themselves as Sin Lael, here to see Sin Sawe.
A cruiser.
A cruiser.
Oh.
Anyway, they've chosen to come even though Sin told them not to. So that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
This is getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them.
Now there's 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, good job everybody tonight. You did very well with all of your things and learned a lot about each other and uncovered a lot of people's backstories and agendas and whatnot. We did get through literally everything that I wanted to, so that's good.
Yes. That's great.
That is great for me. And we ended with Dan just missing 1 sentence. Really good.
The most important thing, like, why are they here? Who's this?
Yeah.
So next time, wait, what happened?
Yara walks out, brushing her teeth with a towel on. Oh no!
Oh no. All right. Let's see if we can rate out.
XP.
Yeah, 15. Actually, this is a downtime session. I think I'm gonna give everybody 20 XP.
No.
What?
Are you
I was
upset?
expecting. It's been
Aw.
like 3 weeks, hasn't it?
3 weeks?
For what?
You've been getting
Listen, you'll
XP
be
every
happy
week.
With the 20.
No. I meant like the downtime is supposed to accumulate for 3 weeks. Like
Oh
a long
no,
period of time.
3 weeks. In 3 weeks, you will have failed your mission. You are spending
Right.
1 week repairing your ship.
Repairs and such.
Okay.
We're busy.
All right, raid is ready. Good night, everybody. Stay shiny. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.